Hello, everyone, and welcome back after some delays to our possibly failing Ottoman Empire campaign, where we kind of last left it off with several inconclusive wars with Russia. Just, oh my god, I can't believe how this has gone. We are faltering in debt still, which is kind of slowing our growth. I had to take a couple minutes to reread everything we're in, realized we're still kind of in the second era for some technological trees, and realized we're kind of not the sick man of Europe anymore, but at the same time we still are, with the added intoxication of all the opium plantations we've been making. So what we're gonna try to do today is we're gonna try to get as far to 1936 as possible. We're gonna try to destroy Russia as a threat, because I'm a little teed off by how those wars went. This has not been going great, but it's been very funny. What we're gonna try to do for the first decade here is stabilize finances here, because we're on the verge of bankruptcy if this continues. It's choking our economic development out, which is kind of slowing down the change of peasants here to gainfully employed, which is not good. And then I noticed half of Europe doesn't seem to like us. Where is my diplomacy trait? Yeah, there it is. You can see a clear divide between the people who hate us and the people who tolerate us. That is what we're going to try to do today, is we're just going to try to stabilize the Ottoman Empire more here, because apparently all the reforms we did weren't enough. We're going to try to catch up technologically, complete the reformation of the tax system, and then just keep spreading our religion as much as we can. That's probably not gonna work, but we're just gonna get into it, and we're gonna see how this goes. Oh my goodness, we should get the Suez at some point. At some point. There's so much we need to do and not enough finances to do it all. I do see we were developing our ports for trade, and then our iron and coal mines over in Afghanistan, which makes sense even though they're not going to be incorporated for 16 more years, which is a little unfortunate because of the minus 10% to MAPI, but that's fine. We're just going to get into it. We're going to try to keep things a little stable. In fact, speaking of stability, can any of our subjects get relations improvements? They can. So we're gonna just work on those really quick. I need to kind of stabilize that part. Actually, let's get good relations with Qing too, because they are friends with Russia, and I'd like to kind of break that up if possible. Probably won't work, but we'll see. I do recall that Britain is our ally, and I do intend to maintain that relationship because we need it. I was hoping to ally Germany when I came back, and I've realized that's... yeah, that's not happening. The Austrians and the Germans have a mutual interest in hating us. I sincerely hope proportional taxation passes soon, because I'm gonna have to... You know what? Just to stabilize things further, we're just gonna cut government and military wages too. I don't want to, but we're still using iron construction instead of steel because we can't afford it at all. Also, the reason why our investment pool is not functioning very well is probably because we have really high taxes, so nothing is getting enough demand. And the fact we kind of force the wages to go up because of our specific power block traits with the Sunni religion. Where is the multiplier? Where do we see this again? Oh, I know how to see this again. I'm sorry, I'm looking for this and I didn't know where to find it. Should be under economy, pop income? Here it is. Yes, the Pact of the Straits giving a plus 25% with this racial segregation. Yeah, that's effectively in total a 50% modifier to wages. Our businesses are probably a little upset with that. And then Persia is... Oh, it just finished becoming incorporated. Okay, that might change things a little. I remember our economy was sinking because of the last war, and I see that has not changed. I recall we're still importing grain just to make do. Recently conquered 23%. Yeah. Yeah, we're in pain. Oh, but apparently people still want to migrate here from France. You can always rely on the French to send you migrants. Even if that's for not the best of means. I would actually love to have an opium plantation, but we need coffee, not tea, so we'll just keep this going here. I see we really have not been doing well in the economy department. Let's take a look here. I kind of want to improve our production techs, because evidently we're kind of struggling in that regard. But how many grain farms do we actually have? There's so much catching up to do here. 85, because that would at least give us some additional grain. Pump jacks would be amazing too, though, because then all of our plantations could skyrocket in their production. Which would at least help them in the suffering department a bit. Except then we need engines, and we have almost none of those. Oh my god, I ran this country into the ground and saved it at the same time. Yeah, that's not good. Because I think our financial districts can't even get publicly traded because they have increased clergy oversight. Oh, can we switch to it anyway? We could switch to it anyway. That would knock the clergymen out, but that might give the capitalists more money. Then again, it's funny to see the clergymen have so much power in the country that I think they're almost 3% of the country. I don't think that's... Oh, God. Okay. No, we're just going to stick with that because it's funny. That being said, getting investment banks and getting Zeppelins for the market access price impact isn't a terrible idea. Nor is getting all the production techs over here. Which, as evident by our ailing economy, that appears to be shrinking a little, we kind of need. Oh, that's not good. I need to check our plantations really quick, see if that would be profitable. Because we have tea plantations, which I guess are good for export, which appears to be where almost half of it goes. Vineyards are kind of the same. We do need silk. We do need cotton. What is cotton at? It's not doing bad, but it's not doing great. Shoot. We really kind of need those production techs, don't we? And our societal techs, which are also very behind. What is spreading to us? Nothing here, but I assume that's because we just finished the tech that was spreading. Let's work on production, maybe? I kind of want to get mutual funds, though, just for the minting and loan interest rate reduction. Actually, yeah, let's grab mutual funds really quick, because we do need to kind of cut into that interest by any means necessary. Now that the modifier we had for annexing Persia is gone as well, the liberty desire for all of our subjects is going down. We should be able to turn... We're just going to turn Romania into puppets at this point because we need the money. And maybe we can finally work on annexing Egypt. I'm not so sure about that anymore. But we just need to spend a couple of years kind of building up the economy because the economy cannot handle another war right now. It honest to God, it cannot handle another war. I'm hoping that by passing proportional taxation that will ease up the burden on the peasantry. But it probably won't. Honestly, it's probably just gonna worsen the situation. Oh, God. And I remember the government is very unacceptable. It's very unstable. We can actually pull in the army for a slight increase, so I guess we'll do that. Oh, yeah, very high taxes, arrogant. Wow, we have minus 32. What was I doing this game? Was I just so focused on the wars with Russia that I didn't pay attention to the ailing empire? That feels very realistic. The empire is ailing. What should we do? Start a war. Probably every empire ever. We actually have more influence we can spend now as well. Oh, right, it was this one. Because we do want to annex them eventually. They're just kind of a one-province minor. And then we'll improve relations with France, because Germany, Austria, and Russia all want to pummel us. I don't need France dogpiling in on that. I believe the US liked us. They do. 225. Okay. Okay, so financially, we're slightly better. I really should... We're going to at least put the military wages back to normal so the armed forces don't kill us here. But we're going to let the rest of that start bringing down the money that we owe. Okay, let's see. We can't even give women's rights. We haven't even employed the people we already have. Wow, this has gone so far off from what I was hoping that I don't even know if we can get it back on track. Let's see, the liberal movement would be protesting. I might want secret police just because they will shrink political movement activism. Just so we have less issues. Then again, it was the labor movement that allowed us to enact proportional taxation, so maybe we'll just skip home affairs for now. Dedicated police force would upset the rural folk, but beyond that, it would actually be good to have to just reduce the number of radicals and state penalties from turmoil, but we don't have the bureaucracy. Oh my goodness. What about cultural exclusion? No, because everyone will hate us. Yep. Oh, this game's going great. I love this game. Can't afford a laissez-faire, can't afford free trade. Yeah, everyone is just upset, I see. Could we afford social security? That's like the one thing we could afford that most people would agree on. But again, we don't have the bureaucracy, actually. Now that Persia is incorporated, what is the tax system like? It's actually fine. We're actually only suffering the tax waste that I assume is from a trade, and then the modifier over in Persia. Because if I'm correct, no? Where's this tax waste coming from? Oh, wait, are these states in turmoil? Yes, yes, okay. Maybe we get dedicated police anyway, then. Because apparently the growing radicalism is causing a problem. That does trigger the Petit Bourgeoisie specials, which gives... Oh, it gives bureaucracy and prestige. Normally what you get is bureaucracy here, and then you get loan interest rate reduction, but apparently we get something else. Which is fine, but I would appreciate it if we had a reduction in our loan interest rates. Either that, or maybe a slightly more functional economy. Job creators. Oh, job creators deactivated. That's not good. As if the reinvestment pool wasn't weak enough, it's going to be even weaker. But yeah, these ports will be useful, even though it's going to raise our expenses a little, because we do need to import more grain just to lower prices. The peasant movement going out is fine at this point. I will say I would like to import less clothes. I would like to make more. That would help us. But I can't help but notice... we probably just need to stick with that trade for the moment. Oh god, it's more expensive now again, just because we don't have... The private investment pool not being able to build really sucks. Having the Americans building occasionally probably helps a little. I forgot we had done that. This is a debate event. I'm just gonna take the 10% guaranteed success. Because the last thing we need is more failure. That is the last thing we need. Let's shrink this. Where are we actually on our production methods? That's a good question. We're not using canned fish, even though we probably could. Let's use canned fish. And I see we're not using lead to its full potential, so we'll switch that despite any potential shortcomings that might occur. Can we export small arms? I guess we could. Right, we're still on mercantilism. I need to kind of pick and choose on that, don't I? I actually would like to export coal more. The fact coal prices are going up is a good sign in my opinion, because remember, we are building up coal mines. Well, we were building up coal mines. Hopefully they're just employing now. They are not, because they have no engineers, because there's no qualified personnel. Whose bright idea was it to invest in Afghanistan? Oh wait, that was my idea. Well, I think this is the first election we're having with census suffrage, because there's a massive spike in the polls. And my guess here is the Agrarian Party is just going to come in and take power. Yes. Although, that being said, wow, our government is a lot more acceptable now just by having the census suffrage ongoing. This might solve our legitimacy issue, which, if so... Oh, there go the armed forces. The armed forces no longer exist now. Excellent. Fantastic. So, bad news, we're still in debt. Good news, the economy stopped going down, although it did shrink more. Oh god. Do we just go for investment banks at this point and get a third company? I think we do. Although I don't think the urban centers getting larger would help at this point, would they? No, I don't think they're even properly employed in some areas. Oh, we're still using market... We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how we were still using market stalls, okay? We're just going to skip to covered markets, and we're going to pretend this didn't happen. This conversation never occurred. Oh, God. The more I play this, the more I realize how poorly performing we were. And the more concerned 20% wages for state religion pops. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't, but I'm sorry, we're gonna have to do that at some point. Okay, here's what we're gonna do before I throw us off a bridge. We're gonna work on these 3 techs next. Maybe not exactly in that order, maybe kind of like this. To improve the economy. And then, we're gonna go from there. I really can't afford that. I would like the Agrarian Party to kind of win, but I really can't afford any more expenses. We're already... do we lower wages more? No, because if we lower wages more, that's just gonna shrink things further. I guess the Agrarian Party... We'll help the Agrarian Party kind of win here, because they're already winning quite a bit. And I think combined with the Islamic Party, we can... Oh, and there goes dedicated policemen. Just out the window. We'll have to wait for the election to finish before we try anything else, I suppose. I do see our number of convoys has barely grown, which is a good sign. Because that means the second we got more convoys, we started trading more, which it looks like we are exporting a lot of our coal to Britain, which I do like seeing. That's very good. I very much love trade. Although I can't wait for trade to improve in this game. We don't really need to import small arms from Britain anymore. Or export iron. I mean, we could keep exporting it to Britain, I guess, because it is Britain. Why is Britain taking so much wine, actually? Don't they drink tea? Oh, right. Giant market. This is just, you know, there's all of India that we're kind of exporting to. I suppose the, doesn't really matter as much there, does it? In fact, would Britain agree to... No, economic imperialism, ideological differences. I was gonna see if they'd agree to mutual investment rights, because we're kind of in a situation where we could go for a good investment right, but I kind of want it to be mutual. Spain's revoked the foreign investment rights they granted to Portugal. Wait, Spain was letting Portugal invest into them? That's funny. This is not my ideal form of government, but this is a form of government that is no longer generating radicals. Oh, they're mainly from standard of living. Well, you can't win them all. We're screwed. We're doomed. Oh, we can reform agriculture. I mean, why not? It would make the rural folk less upset. In fact, happy rural folk sounds good. We could technically do homesteading, but in my experience with homesteading, what will sometimes end up happening, the US very much has this issue. You will sometimes have a problem where the peasants will actually be satisfied with their work, that they will not want to take a different job. But remember, peasant demand for goods is greatly reduced. The amount that they will consume is massively reduced. In fact, I believe if we go to here, we can check it. There's a way to check how much they're demanding. Where is it? Here it is. You see it's at plus 0.05 for peasants? That is not normal. That is not normal. Workers usually demand just a solid 1 and dependence 0.5. I've mentioned that in my previous videos before, but I thought I'd mention it again, since we're going for commercialized agriculture here instead of homesteading. Seeing fish be expensive as the top 3 just doesn't feel right. That's so unusual that it doesn't feel right. It feels like that shouldn't be how it is, and yet that is exactly how it is. I'm going to assume... Wait, they're unemployed people. Why are they leaving? Are they being fired? No. They're... Oh, I see. They're joining the steel mill, which I assume is paying a higher wage. Yes. 603 to 484 on average. Yep. That sounds about right. Egypt's rebellious. What else is new? Good news. Oh, no, sorry. No, never mind. Not good news. We're just not building. I thought I had good news that the economy was finally recovering, but it turns out no, I lied. Again. Man, I'm bad at this. I'm bad at this telling the truth thing. Maybe we just kind of invest into some more coal for now, because coal exports seem to be going quite well. We're actually exporting a lot of coal. I think we get exports on to China later, too. So we'll build up one of our closer ones and try to see if we can finally build up functional economy here. God damn. I'm blown away by how poorly I've managed this. But yeah, mutual funds was a good choice. That it did do a notable drop to the interest there. It saved us about 9k a week. I kind of want to trade agreement with Qing, but I'm going to wait till they go amicable, because that might push it over on its own. No, now they're cautious. Oh, because they went from wary to cautious. Kind of missed our shot there, didn't we? Oh well. Let's try to build up relations elsewhere, then. In fact, we already trade with America, don't we? Yes. We are at 10 infamy. We could start a war. You know, the one thing we probably don't want to do because we're really dirt poor right now. You know, we'll turn Hijaz into a puppet really quick. Just so we have that going. And then maybe we'll invade places like Jabal Shamar. I know they're very friendly with us, though. We could just make them protectorates. It would cost us nothing. The only issue is that... No one would... I guess we might as well just do it. You know, we don't really stand to lose anything by doing this. They can't even resist. We'll just kind of unify the peninsula. Who is granting military assistance? 2 Sicilies? So Mara wants to join the Pact of the Straits now. I guess they kind of noticed what we were doing. I could say no and just knock them out. We could just make them a subject. I would kind of like to unify Yemen. Yeah, let's see if we can't remember some of our ambitions as the budget finally recovers here. So my hope here is that by making more coal mines, selling it to the private industry, and then exporting it, we can increase investment just by virtue of having more people investing in coal mines. There's no war in Jabal Shamar. There's just a pacification campaign. I will put the government wages back to normal, and the only reason I'm doing that is so that they stop also wanting to revolt against the government. I can't afford to lower taxes for everyone, because then we'll just go negative, but we can at least kind of put them back to where the government employees won't be demanding our heads. I would kind of like to own the land directly. Kind of want to, but I don't think we could afford to. If that makes sense. So we're just gonna mobilize this very small contingent that probably will be fine. And then maybe we can finally start doing the first couple of steel frames. Try to get a little more construction going while also allowing our interest rate here to go down. Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw people joining and I didn't recognize the name at first. Thankfully, it's just Britain and Qing are going to war. Which I don't mind, but I'm a little concerned Britain is going to want us to join. I mean, a treaty port in China wouldn't be bad. But China actually has a military now. They do actually have a lot of line infantry. They have skirmishers. That's a lot of... Okay, China is not easy to bully now. And I think... How much grain do we import? 3.32. Which is... Yeah, before Britain has a chance to ask us to come help them, we're just going to declare neutrality. Because if we go to war Qing now, we starve. Which is a little concerning. I'm sure nothing Qing wouldn't make us starve, right? They wouldn't be so heartless as to, you know, suddenly stop exporting grain to us and just making us suffer horribly. They wouldn't do that, right? We could export. Yes, we could export opium to Britain. The irony is not lost on me. We're gonna do exactly that. And I can't switch all the plantations over at the moment, because if I do that, we will have no engines. But what we can do is start getting some of the engines ready to go. I need peasant numbers. Let's see, where are you? You're up here. Right, because they only very recently got incorporated, so the amount of qualifications they're generating will be high. Oh, but it's not bad. I mean, you know, this is not bad. It says we don't have the qualifications to do it. I think we do. But I know the capital here is still suffering from extensive levels of unemployment. So let's get 10 motor industries going in the capital here. That will start it off. We'll kind of subsidize it a bit. But we are going to finish up our current production. Najedbek's down. I might be mispronouncing that a bit. I saw that there's a Greek mass migration ongoing just now. Honestly, that's fine. It means we have less pops, but if they want to go to... they're going to Missouri. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And then if we want to unify Yemen, we're actually going to have to conquer states. Because if we're going to want to have a single unified province, we are going to have to kind of annex a lot of it. Although what we could do, we could puppet one of them, and then just kind of conquer the rest. We wouldn't need to annex all of it, just most of it. And the one with the most pops is the Kazimid State. So they're the ones we're going to want to make into a protectorate then. Because they're the one who's going to be the most expensive to annex. And we will have to mobilize an actual force here, which will raise expenses a little. But the economy is growing. The economy is actually growing a lot. It's recovered. I'm not going to say the economy is growing. I'm going to say that the economy has recovered, which is fantastic news. It means we can afford more expenditures. See, all it took was spending a couple of years. Why is there a revolt going on in Arabia? I thought Arabia was supposed to be stable. That's what our entire expedition is for. And then, so Sacred Civics level 3 just lets us impose the same church and state law. And I believe when it says impose, it means, hey, you're not on the same one. Right, it just means we can force them to try to change it. 100% stall chance. What? Are they all led by mind? Oh my gosh. So, because most of the pops here are still Orthodox and they switched off to where they're not converting, there's like minoritarian traditionalists all over Wallachia here. So, how strong is that movement? Oh, there's not even a movement for it. There's just so many of them. There's a militant socialist movement, though. Okay, so that's unexpected. I guess level 3 Sacred Civics you don't really need unless you are going to be imposing state religion, but most of our pops probably already have state religion. Can we get you off traditionalism? I'd like to get you off serfdom, but I don't think that's going to happen. Because I think you're going to... Oh, no, it's equal chance. Most of your pops are peasants, right? I know I could just mouse over. I kind of want to... Actually, I should mouse over. That gives us more information. No, most of them are not peasants, actually. Which means you can't switch to per capita, which would literally double your income. Actually, what is stopping this? Traditionalism? Okay, let's try to end traditionalism in Tripolitania. And we'll try to end it in Tunis? Yes. Egypt shouldn't be on it. Egypt still has slavery and serfdom, though, but, you know, one thing at a time. They also have few peasants, so we might be able to just gloss over the fact they still have serfdom. By just a simple virtue of the fact that... Private schools, really? Just because they have almost no peasants left, so there's no one really being prevented from getting qualifications. I can't think and focus on the game at the same time today. But I am glad to kind of be back and doing this again. I missed doing this. But due to real life, I just kind of had to take a break. It wasn't anything serious, but it was just kind of a circumstance where, you know, living in a new house and everything that comes with it, I guess I was just so thrown off I couldn't really focus on much else. There we go. The Ottoman market is spreading. Oh, the Trucial States. Britain. Well, we'll see if we can't swindle Britain into just giving it to us later. As long as we're still below 25 infamy, I am going to keep doing these conquests. Because once we're at 25, that's when the Liberty Desire is gonna kind of spike a little. But until then, ooh, cameras. That'll go great with our 2 art academies. our whole 2 art academies will greatly appreciate this investment. Yeah, we're still not doing great on our credit issue. I mean, the banks must love us. We always owe them money, and we almost never pay it off. But we pay off just enough to where we never go bankrupt. They must love us here. Or one of them's crying in the corner because they have no idea if they can trust their investment, but that's not my problem. Until it becomes my problem later. Ooh, what if we invest... I'm gonna say, is there a few areas we can invest into with lots of unemployed? I know there are kind of some over in Persia there, but I think Albania will invest into a little. Kind of invest into some of the European ones here that also need infrastructure, because we're running out of convoys for export again, so we kind of need to switch that. If we made our own textiles, we'd have less issues with that. We can export tea. What am I doing? Are we exporting tea to Britain? Let's export tea to Britain. You know, the British do love their tea. No reason we can't export a bit of it to them. I love the novel solution to that. You can use it to kind of make an interest group happier. You could get more success chance at a cost for 5 years. I love the third option. That's just... Oh, so actually, this option used to give you bureaucratic trust indefinitely. You would get the 5% authority indefinitely, but it looks like 1.8 changed that at some point, and I've only now noticed it. I guess we'll just make the petite bourgeoisie less upset with us then. Ooh, wait, there's a big war going on. What's going on here? So France is trying to steal a bunch of subjects, and Britain, not Britain, but Germany was kind of swayed into... Oh, we actually have a few interests we could use. So maybe we put one in Delhi. Maybe one in the Andes, just because I like having interests in South America. Although Brazil's kind of eating South America here at this point. And then a third one probably in North Germany. I probably want to put one in Russia. Well, they're going to laissez-faire. But I don't think... Oh. That socialist movement is kind of on the verge of starting a civil war. Maybe we keep one in Russia, just in case. I don't think we'd be able to take advantage of such a situation, but I would like to be prepared for such a situation. So now we're going to grant you... Oh, I can give them the rest of Yemen as well. Awesome, okay. Oh, shoot, wait, they're my protectorate. I can't... crud. I can't invade the rest now by land. Wait, no, I can't. I can just enforce military access. They'll just be angry at me the whole time. And they're already upset with me, so what's the difference? If theory likes us, we actually kind of need to... drop this a little. Oh, right, we have the power block embassy that I granted. Whoops. Well, I would ask whose fault that is, but we already know the answer to that question, so we're gonna move on and just upgrade all the opium plantations. There's no opium now. Denmark wishes to give us foreign investment rights. I just caught the tail end of that. Dmitry was just exiled from Russia. Let's look really quick. Ooh, is that a communist? Hello. Anyway, sorry, that caught my attention. Unfortunately, you can't search for an agitator's specific name. At least not in the agitator list. I don't think you can search for specific... Can you search for specific characters, actually? I've never really tried that. No. Okay, first off, my caps lock is on. Hi. Second off, not really. This is a location finder. Okay. So really quickly, who do we have? Traditionalist, traditionalist. And you're supporting Sunni traditionalist, Sunni traditionalist. So let's just exile one of you. Let's see if I can't even invite that Dmitry guy at all. I assume not. I can't because we're state religion Sunni. Okay, I was considering inviting that person who got exiled from Russia to then just send them back to Russia. Because if you repatriate an agitator, they cannot be immediately kicked out for a couple of years and they get a bonus to their popularity. But since we have the state religion, only those who are Sunni will actually be allowed. Which is a slight issue, because it means we can't take advantage of that fact. In fact, we have a lot more money now. I would like to lower taxes to raise the standard of living and stabilize things a bit. But what we really, honest to God, need to do is we need to switch over to using steel. We really just have to use more steel here. That is probably all we should do at the moment. Okay, this is the decade when the Ottoman Empire truly rises. This will be the true decade. Every other decade was just us and Russia going at it. Oh, God. Improved fertilizers. So first off, we actually want to, and this is another reason to start using iron less in construction. We can use it for our fertilizers more. And then if we switch these over, that will reduce our reliance on Qing, but that's not going to end our reliance on Qing for grain. That's just going to make it a little weaker, which is good. Not great, not terrible. And they are banning opium still, right? Yeah. I think what happened, sometimes what occurs, the journal entry will finish on Qing's side, or on Britain's side when they get the treaty port, but it won't finish on Qing's side at the same instance. And what ends up happening is Qing kind of gets away with it scot-free when they really shouldn't. Oh, Britain's just going for all of Eastern Guangdong now. Alright, Britain, I see what you're putting down. Have you seen what I've got, though? Commercialized agriculture. Ooh, that's not far off. That would be really fun. In fact, just really quickly. This is dumb of me, but really quick, I just have to see. No, minus 14, okay. I just had to see really quick if we could swindle those Norwegians into becoming our subject, because that would have been really funny. Unfortunately, we cannot, but it would have been hilarious. I would have loved it. Okay, now that we've commercialized agriculture, we're gonna get more... it's gonna weaken the rule folk a bit. But honestly, I don't mind. I don't like the local governors that much. They hate me, though, so, you know, the feeling is mutual. we have a mutual understanding of disrespect. We'll try to enact the police force again, even though the rule folk don't like that. That's gonna deactivate honest work. Because we really do need to have that police force around just to reduce our radicals. But primarily to reduce the pain of turmoil. Our economy is boosting, though. Opium's being bought up more. Standard of living is starting to go up instead of down. But I think more importantly, we're just actually building. Forced military access, so you are now in a surprise war. Congratulations. I don't want to switch all of them just yet, because I do see we kind of go slightly negative still when we go to war here. But we're just going to keep slowly switching things over here. Kind of wait till the open hearth process finishes next year to get more going. And then Mara, we're just going to invade right off the bat here. I might start involving Egypt in some of our wars. When they're no longer defiant, that is. Right now, since they're defiant, they're less likely to help us in our wars and more likely to be swindled with promises. Ooh, Shewa has sided against us. I don't think I can, because I think that knocks us... Well, how much would it cost? 28.2. But if we do that, we could get an Ethiopian subject, just help them take this, then convert them to Sunni anyway? Yes. You know what? The doggo agrees. I know that that's not what they're barking at, but I'm just gonna take that as a seal of approval. We're gonna take that as a sign from the gods. Even though that's definitely not what we should do, as the budget screams our name in agony, because we're still paying 50k in interest. Oh god, 50k in interest. That's terrifying and terrible and... Yeah, I'm noticing a pattern here. The American government just seems to love building shipyards in our country. Are they buying ships from us by any chance? I assume not, but that would be hilarious if they were. Let me organize this by country, because the US should be all the way near the bottom. I don't see... No, they're not. I think they just like building ships. I think that's all it is. They just like building ships. Let me correct this really quick. There we go. That being said, we really should get some kind of textile mills going here, even if it's not a lot of them. I guess 5 more in the capital wouldn't hurt. Some here, a few there. That way we're just less reliant on importing textiles. Because we can make our own dye and our own fabric, so we really arguably should. I guess one thing that would have been nice to annex everything in Yemen and then release it is that they would have the same technologies and laws as us. But I don't quite think that's needed. I don't think we need to go that far. Oh, shoot, Russia joined against us? No, Russia started one against us. Okay. Okay, alright. Well, I was not planning to start a war until maybe the 1890s, but I guess Russia's kind of kicked it off early, huh? Okay, alright. They should still have the journal entry active, so if we take just Dagestan... Oh, but now I have all this infamy. Curses. Curses, okay. Let's go. I really don't think we should, but I think we can do this. Let's do Liberate Ukraine, then we're gonna wait till we can sway... Oh, Qing's gonna join, aren't they? We're gonna wait till we can sway our allies to joining us, and we're just gonna invite them both. Actually, is there a war goal you would like? Humiliating Russia? I'm game for that. Is there a war goal you would like? Regime change. Not in Russia, though. That would have been funny. I would have taken it. Already giving someone... Ooh, conquer state? Oh, the Russian-American company. We could just ask the US, hey, you want to buy Alaska through violence? Let's wait. We have to wait for Britain to say yes or no. There we are. And then I think we'll just call the US in. There we are. Qing does join, which I expected, but Britain joining us with the US means we at least have some power backing us. And I wanted to wait for them to join, because if we... Actually, I need to wait a little longer to make sure they're targeted. They're not, okay. I see dedicated police forces failing. Oh, the Baltic government would be nice, but unnecessary. I would like to seize Dagestan. It would cost 13. But if we take it, then Russia loses all the Caucasus. They could lose so much. I think we have to go for it, because we do have Britain involved. We do have the, oh. Are they a subject of Shewa? They are. Okay. You need to come up here, though. We don't have time to waste. And we also need to rally the conscripts. In fact, maybe we... Oh god, how little are we on conscription? Oh, this is gonna break the budget even more. We need ammunition, that's fine. I can fix that pretty easily, actually. We're just gonna switch those up. No, I can't afford this. Although we should have Egypt involved. Oh, we don't. They have, service exemptions, because I can't trust them. I can't trust them with guns in the front line, you see. Actually, oh, they're uncertain, so I don't think they'll back down. But I was gonna say, we could get Qing war reps too? No, we don't want to target Qing with anything. I'd rather Qing just kind of slip away, so to speak. But Russian war reps are something we could definitely look into. Are there any major armed units that we haven't mobilized yet? Yes. And this one will probably be defensive in nature. In fact, a lot of our troops will probably be defensive in nature until we've kind of gotten a full assessment of the situation. Why is our navy all the way in Britain? I don't mind it. If anything, that's probably a good position for them to be in, to just go, you know, raid the enemy. I'm just a little confused as to why the entire navy is over there, but oh well. We'll just go raid near their capital. I do need the rest of my army over here, though, but they're kind of busy in Shewa. I did not see that. Maybe we give up on the protectorate? No. They're not agreeing with that. Okay. I need to eliminate some of these really small groups here because they have almost no armed units in them. They're just kind of messing with my UI. I just don't want us to attack right away because we're outnumbered. If we attack quickly and die, we're doomed. They don't have anything on our allies, though, which is slightly concerning. Oh well, that's fine. I do see the Germans and French are at war again, so I see rivalries are alive and well in this world. And they pushed us back, okay. I really need those 75,000 troops up here, but it looks like if we just dig in and play defensive, we'll be okay. Make sure our allies can't throw us to our deaths. Got it. The Russian-American company's in default. We'll be joining them soon. If worst comes to worst, we could just stop constructing and let the economy crater a little. Serbia's come to help us at least. We just have to take that area quickly. Yeah, I was not planning to go to war with Russia this soon, but I guess we're going to war with Russia this soon. My hope here is that what we can do is inflict a lot more casualties on them than they do us, which it looks like we are, because we do have the 40% recovery rate this time. And Qing will hopefully... I love it when there's an ongoing war, and then there's just a large number of people migrating to us from the person we're at war with. I don't know how they're getting here through all the war and chaos, but, you know, they're welcome to try. Mara has left... Oh, right, they've been annexed. She was our protectorate now. They are very upset with us, not that I blame them. We'll go ahead and transfer all of that later. I do need to kind of keep production going a bit here. But we're going to go ahead and just invest in a ton of fisheries right now because people eat a good deal of fish since there's not a lot of grain. Just to get the economy rolling still while we're just focused on the war. Open hearth process. That is good to have because steel is extremely expensive. But we let that happen on purpose because it'll make these very profitable. And that's 3 economy techs done. I actually want steel railway cars as well, just to improve our infrastructure at a better rate. And then what we might do next... I kind of want military statistics, but I think we'll get gantry cranes. Because that will let our ports be a lot more efficient here. Identification documents. Basically, we're going to do some infrastructure techs next and go from there. There's almost no one guarding their capital. But the last time we tried that, it didn't go well. In fact, I'm noticing we're really pushing them here in Kuban. So I think I just hesitantly let that happen. Let one group kind of be the offense. Let the other play defense. They got a positive event and then a negative event in the same electoral system. Or campaign, that's funny. I think we are taking more casualties now that we're pushing. That's not surprising. Actually, are they kind of spread out over here in Qing too? Russia's very spread out. We might... Oh, it's such a risk because if we don't pull this off... Wait, I have an idea. I know what to do. I know what to do because we didn't do it last time, and if we had done it then early on, we could have gotten it. We'll keep pushing on one end, that way they can't just immediately pull off. But we're gonna try the naval invasion while they're split. Oh! What a well-timed reactionary revolt in the Baltics. Now, if only that socialist movement was more militant. They were probably... Oh, they were getting militant over the laissez-faire law, but they stopped passing it. Yep, okay. That makes sense. Okay, Qing just bowed out, which is fantastic news. It does mean a lot of... Why are there 2 fronts here now? I don't know why, but we're just gonna roll with that, I guess. And let you 2 push. Quickly take that, move there. If we could seize it, I'm surprised we got that landing already. I don't know why there's 2 fronts in one area now, but we're just gonna roll with it. I assume that's a slight bug issue there that has to do with front splitting. But it looks like it might have course corrected a bit because it's not there anymore. The Russian army is kind of coming back from the far east, which is a little concerning. But that's okay, we're very close to their capital already, as it is. Yeah, they've sent a lot of troops to kind of protect the capital now, which isn't too surprising, but our allies are up there as well. We are kind of spreading out in Ukraine. How many troops does Circassia have? Almost none. Can I ask Britain for military assistance? If I had diplomacy, I could. By diplomatic points, basically. Because oh wait, offer. Wait, do we have a bigger military than the British? 10, 8. Right, because of our conscripts. Oh, I guess we do. Huh. I was gonna ask them for military assistance just to reduce our costs, but I guess that's not happening. I also just realized, yeah, we were at war with Qing for a bit there, weren't we? So, grain prices probably had a fun time. We'll try to repair relations with them here, just because I love my trade with China. Yeah, I think we're gonna actually win this war against Russia. I would have liked to have been a bit more greedy for more stuff, but I'm a little wary of our many subjects betraying us. Sure, a rivalry with the Netherlands. Wait, are they a major power? They are. Okay. And they're in Germany's sphere of influence, and Germany dislikes us, so... Honestly, don't mind. Few government administrations to deal with the new bureaucratic costs of our new police force. We're not really invading their capital that well, but I think we just need to liberate Ukraine. Although now that we have freed up military forces, I am actually going to send a second force over there. Because then we should be able to just break through, seize the capital. And if we can liberate Ukraine as well as ripping the Caucasus out of Russia's hands, that's going to hurt them. They're going to lose a good deal of their potential navy, a good deal of their economy, probably about a fourth of their population. And then what we can start doing is just kind of seizing the Caucasus for ourselves. Yep, I think we're going to do it. I think after so many inconclusive wars, we are actually going to beat Russia down, and it's because Russia decided to attack us. Which I just love. Although, I'm going to be honest, I think we may have stalemate or... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it because the idea that the Ottoman Empire is giving Britain military assistance is too funny to pass up. Maybe we should have just done it when we saw it, but it's just too funny to pass up. I have to. Denmark once, didn't you grant us foreign investment rights before? They must have revoked it when we went over 50 infamy. Yeah, that would make sense. I also noticed here that our power block embassies do get a -50 if the state religion is different from ours when we're a religious convocation. I do like how each of these central identity pillars, the different power blocks that is, how each one has different effects, because I did notice in private games while testing that if you are an ideological union and the AI has maintained balance of power, they will get a +50 to your power block embassy. They'll have a +50 acceptance to power block embassies from you if you are a ideological union. And your ideology doesn't even have to match with theirs. You just have to be an ideological union. So if you're looking for a reason to play with the ideological union a bit, it does help you in swaying those who just want to maintain the balance of power. Not completely. I'm sure there are some restrictions on it that I don't quite know. But it will make it easier to sway them to your cause, so to speak. Which is neat. And then this is going to... Ooh, I almost switched all the construction sectors over. That would have been a disaster. But yeah, we'll get gantry cranes next to help with our convoy count. Alright. I'm gonna make Russia agree to all 4 terms, including the humiliation. There we are, and if we give it just a minute here, yes. So as you can see, they just lost every state in the Caucasus as well, because their journal entry for the war did not end since Circassia still existed, the war down here. And if they lose Kuban, the North Caucasus, and Dagestan, what will happen is a journal entry, they will fail the journal entry, and everything south of the Caucasus will be lost. South of, like, the North Caucasus, that is. Every state down here that Russia still owns will be lost and will split into other states. And what we will probably do over time is probably make our Azerbaijan a protectorate, since it is a closer religion. It will be easier to just kind of sway them over later. Although, that being said... Oh, wait, do they have... Oh, yes, they released with all of Russia's laws and technologies. So we might not need to... Oh, you're Sunni, hello. We might not need to annex them too much there. On the other hand, if we were to kind of annex the whole area, we could release the Transcaucasia, once we have pan-nationalism. I might have mispronounced that a little. That's an idea. I will say I am going to give Circassia here Dagestan. Just because I don't want to be... Oh, that's trade. Hang on. Just because I want nice, cleanish borders. Speaking of giving states... Where... See, this is going to be just Yemen. There we go. And I think they will then maybe form Yemen. I don't know if they will form Yemen. We are going to give them this part as well. Hejaz won't like that, but Hejaz is too weak to say anything about it. Do you form Yemen? I don't think you do. I think you're just going to stay as that. Oh, nope, wait, there we go. They formed Yemen. Hang on. Look at that! The Kazimid state has achieved national unification, bringing together the Yemenite people under one banner. Oh, wait. wait, they have claims now? Where are all their claims? Ooh, really? Wait, can I just kind of... Yemen has a bunch of claims on us now. Oh, that's funny. That's adorable. Aww. Look at them. They're so cute, aren't they? Let's grant them knowledge sharing so they can't revolt as well. That's cool. We need to convert the religion later. We have to impose state religion, but that's going to take 2 years. But that'll be fine afterwards. You're still destitute? You're in our market. How are you destitute? Maybe we should annex you. Is no one employed here, or... Oh, yeah, no, that's exactly what this is. Oh, yeah. Maybe annexing them would be the better call. We are getting... How much money from Russia? We're getting 30k a week from Russia for 5 years. We could use that. Ukraine wants a defense pact right off the bat because they're genial. I would like to make Ukraine a subject, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be really expensive. How we probably want to play this is make Ukraine our ally, wait till they have a civil war, and then hopefully they're still a minor power and we can just use that civil war to sway them. But yeah, what we probably want to do is let our budget kind of recover here. Why are we making so much money now? Are we just doing that much better? I mean, that would make sense that we're doing better, but I think it's also just the payments we're getting. And the fact the investment pool is covering more. That would be too expensive. We could switch a few more construction sectors over. Let's switch only a couple here, because if we switch all of them at once, we're doomed. We might lower taxes as well, just because very high taxes has been causing quite the kerfuffle throughout everything. And if we drop it to high... Actually, no. Let's keep it very high for now. We really need to get rid of the nearly 60k in interest that we're paying every week. So we'll keep it very high for now to try to pay off a lot of our debt. Now that we're kind of in a position where we can actually afford to do that. And we're building up a lot of motor industries simultaneously because I want to get a lot of our plantations upgraded. If we can upgrade a lot of them, that would go a long way. Literacy rate's catching up finally. How much of the opium are we exporting now? 1.3k. Could definitely go ahead and upgrade some more port areas. Kind of in our European holdings, that way they at least get a government job. How much more would this upgrade buy? Because maybe it wouldn't be too much. 470 construction. See, that wouldn't max out. That would be fine. Because I noticed it saying we would actually max out in this, but... No, we'd be fine. I'll do it. It'll be a little expensive. Tripolitania didn't enact it. But I think we're in that stage now where we should be using the money that we're getting from Russia here. Speaking of Russia, they did drop from 87.5 million pops to 69 million. And 63 million GDP to 50 million, so that's good. They kind of dropped there. They're not going to drop out of being a great power. But we did rip a decent chunk of strength out from them. They also don't border us as much, but they still very much border us, so they're still a threat. Hi, the doggo's saying hi. But this was a very good push. Very good push. Within an hour, we have kind of calmed Russia a little. Not really calmed it, we just kind of defended ourselves. We'll try to see if we can accelerate from this point onward. Steel is expensive, that's not a surprise. We really need to get Zeppelins next, honestly. Or at least get them soon. We really need to improve our market access. Finding oil now, which is cool. It's the first sulfur mine we actually own instead of it being in our subjects. Silk plantations, because you can never have enough silk, I guess. We'll upgrade those in a bit. I see the tobacco plantations have been suffering, but tobacco is apparently just dead in terms of price. That's actually sad. Can we export this? Is there anywhere that would take a lot of tobacco? America. Okay, yeah, we could do that. I could export it to Qing too, but we're gonna hold off on exporting to Qing. Just because we keep having wars with them, and I really don't want to just immediately fall into another war and then lose all of that investment. Yeah, we're barely profitable without the Russian war reparations. But I think this is what we have to do at the moment, is just kind of get the peasant numbers down. We're growing 1 million pops a year now, so we're kind of getting there. Really should think about laws now that we're not in a crisis. Secret police would be nice, but I think what we do, maybe get the police built up first. Free trade is not happening at this point, I just have to accept that. as just fact, it's just not happening. We could get poor laws though, because the industrialists would like that. I think we will do that. Just because that will help our research a little. And make them less discontent. Plus, if the trade union ever appear, it'll make it easier to keep them persuaded. Homesteading. Can I afford that? Yes. Really don't want to enact homesteading. Maybe migration controls, but I don't know if we need to. Not a theocrat. Hello. So that's not, he's not really going to change anything then, but that's fine. We kind of develop our port cities over here a bit. I would like to get construction up, but I really want to get us down to at least high taxes, just so we're suffering less negatives. Oof, debate fail. Those are always fun. Scandinavian unification. Cool, and they should be in... They're usually in Germany's sphere of influence, I've noticed. Plastics. Here's what we'll do. I noticed that we kind of have access to ironclads as well, so what we'll probably do... Oh, they're already docked, okay. We could go for a reformer in the intelligentsia. Never go wrong with reform. A little reform. Let's do investment banks and then Zeppelins. That is what we'll do. And yes, we are going to do that company we checked out earlier because I think it would be funny, even though it's probably ill-advised. But it was ill-advised to go about this way in a bit of a role-play-ish manner, but we're going to do that anyway. And before I forget, because I did already forget, let's kind of switch these all over. That 186 fisheries, that's a lot of fish. We're just going to switch those over. It's going to burn. Oh, wow, these are all expensive. I guess we need more engines and more steel built. To Briz. What would be Konya? Because that has iron and coal, right? No, it has neither. It just has demand. I see iron here. I think a lot of our iron and coal deposits are in different locations, aren't they? Yeah, a lot of them are. There are some in Persia that are actually right next to each other, but they don't have a lot of pops. Ideally, your steel mills are where at least your iron is, since the iron tends to be the bigger part of it. 90 iron, 30 coal. Yeah. Kind of focus on that. And I get a few more construction sectors going. Yeah, I think Corwaz is gonna just fail. Just debate failing here, unfortunately. Which is fine. The downside to having the clergy be so powerful is that what they say kind of goes. They say jump, we probably say how high. But we do have a lot of trade now. Not a lot of trade with Russia, though. We're not really importing grain that much from Qing now. I'm going to actually end the route, which is a good thing. The fact we're not really importing as much anymore is good, in my opinion. Because it means whenever we have the next war against Russia, because I'm just assuming there's going to be a war with Russia at some point, it won't be as bad. You know what? The Americans don't know what opium is. Nor do the French. Let's introduce them to the wonders of opium. I'm sure they're going to love it. In fact, they might love it so much that they start to demand it more. The price is slowly going up, but I don't think the demand is actually going to go up. These are all import routes. We don't really need these anymore. I guess we could keep importing explosives, though. Ooh, coffee. No, I think we'll keep the coffee. We kind of need it for our pops whenever they finally understand what being rich is. They ever get to understand that feeling. I'm trying to see if there's any good exports. I guess wine to the French, yeah. Could add the Italians to that list, too. Could export tobacco to Qing. Or liquor, but I don't think we're really investing in liquor. Now, we'll invest elsewhere first, now that we have all these ports built up. Yeah. Yeah, I like our ports very much. Yep, we're kind of relying on... Oh, the Americans are literally investing into our opium plantations now. You know what? I'm okay with that. Let them invest. Let them invest as they please, I suppose. We do kind of need to invest in more bureaucracy, though. Now Britain is offering us military assistance, which I'll take. Do a promotion, sure. Might actually get poor laws enacted. And Britain wants mutual investments, which we're just going to agree to at this point. I'm kind of in that situation where I have to let go of my principles. I usually like to have a one-sided investment agreement where I'm the investor, but we're kind of in a situation where we've been slow to invest. Ooh. No. We're not going to exonerate the slave owners, but I'm glad to see our whole shutting out slavery thing is finished. I mean, the risk to them investing is that our companies might not be able to invest in certain areas, but since we're also getting access to investment rights in them, it kind of goes both ways. That being said, what are they doing right now? Investing in fishing wharfs in Louisiana and tobacco plantations. Yeah, this should be fine. Law debate fail. What else is new? We're just going to kind of let that cycle in the background here. I guess we could kind of spread these out a bit, couldn't we? Yeah. Misplaced moderation. The Agrarian Party is winning elections, aren't they? Quite a bit, actually. Yeah, quite a bit. Coal prices are up, which is fantastic news. Well, not if you need coal, I guess, but it's great if you're in southern Serbia, because you're about to get quite the investment. The Sorbian uprising. Ah, if they were willing to be our subjects, how I would help them. For a small price of their everlasting loyalty. So, 20% wages for state religion pops. This is going to be dumb. This is going to be stupid. I shouldn't be doing this at all. So that's exactly why we're going to do it. Wait, what 5 did they buy into? They didn't even buy into the 5 here. Oh, Isfahan. I clicked on the wrong state. Yep, okay. Yep, I'm blind. Don't worry. I don't know where I'm clicking. I think it's time to kind of switch focus too, actually, because we're not really... Since we started to make textiles ourselves, we're not really needing to import textiles as much. We're actually going to start exporting them. Primarily so we're not undercutting ourselves anymore. We need more engines before I can invest into that more. Who is France? Got them as a subject? Yes. Brazil! Would you like to be friends? Of course you would. Ooh, you'd like to join us. I mean, having them be the subject would make sense because they're already Sunni. But Georgia probably makes the most sense because it has the largest population. It would be the easiest to subjugate. Are they unrecognized? They are. Are they all unrecognized? They are. I see. So it would be very cheap and very easy to subjugate them over time. But if we go here really quick, I think this requires, because I don't think this gives them. I don't know. We'll consider it. Let me realize that I have no one in this. Wow. Hello. Just quickly put that down, and then we'll think on it here in a bit because we're trying to let our infamy go down a bit. It's a lot easier to sway people to our cause when we're not infamous. Mostly having to think about our subjects here. Speaking of subjects, let me just quickly turn the 2 of them into puppets here. And that is going to add a collective almost 10k to our coffers. Excellent. Do we go and bully Austria? I kind of want to go and bully Austria. Not that we have the money to do that. They have an anti-German association. They're rivals to the Germans, actually. Not a lot of people would join then. That's good to know. That's good knowledge. We'll use that knowledge. Somewhere. We'll use it somewhere. Impose state religion on Yemen. So they're now led by the Sunni. They should be under state religion, right? They are. They're actually a theocracy. Oh, that's great. I love that. Can we have you go on to tenant farmers just to weaken your landowners a bit? We will see if that works. Stonks. Oh, so that just activated. Okay, so our entire budget is probably just shifted. My guess here, we're just gonna go check our government administration really quick. Yeah, plus 20. Christ. So this normal wage in the Ottoman Empire is probably just increased, actually. We probably just missed it. Yep, wages are going up. Income tax just spiked upwards. So did government wages. But that's actually going to help us because we're going to get more tax money, but everyone's also going to go up in standard of living because they have more money. Reinvestment's probably going to go down for a bit. But presuming our average wage went up, our average standard of living might follow. Some of them aren't going to follow. Some of them have just been suffering to begin with. But I do see it went up by about 0.3 in some areas. Yes, we're just going to pretend that all is well. Everything is fine. Do not worry, citizen. Everything is okay. Please do not check behind the curtains. I think what we need to do actually is just invest into some universities in Persia and Afghanistan here. Partially because we definitely have a little more innovation we could use. Partially because I think We don't really have enough investment there, do we? Yeah. Like to get more construction going. Unemployment's been kind of steady, though, which is a good thing. Means it hasn't really gotten larger or smaller. It's just been steady growth here. Exporting wine, which is good. We could probably... Have we upgraded the vineyards yet? If not, we could probably do it now. Not that we have a lot of them, but just because we can export a lot of that wine. Canada's got a civil war going on. That's funny. Britain, you seem to be having an issue with some of your subjects. Oh, they're annexing Siam, all of Siam. Would they offer us something? Kind of. It's mostly just stuff against Qing, who is probably going to hate us forever and ever and ever. We could, just because they're probably going to stay as an ally. Oh yeah, they have a full-on alliance with Russia at this point. Can Russia join? No, because they're helping Siam. Okay, I see. Honestly, I could go for a treaty port in Russia. I mean Qing, whoever you are. I could go for a treaty port. I say let's do it. Let's jump in and get ourselves a treaty port in Qing. Because with a treaty port, if my memory serves, which it might not, I believe with a treaty port we can actually trade with them even while at war with them, because treaty ports just prevent all methods of embargo. At least they're supposed to, but I couldn't help but notice that Qing is embargoing Britain, which is making me think, and maybe this is why things aren't working right. Oh, why is Eastern Guangdong not a treaty port? Because it's an incorporated state. Why is it an incorporated state? Is it because Britain had a revolt there, and then they put it down? We might be starting to figure out why some things are not working as they're supposed to. Even though it's funny that they're not working as they're supposed to. I mean, it's funny, but it's definitely not funny for Britain. They're probably upset about this whole not getting their, what do you call it? Opium tax to go through. It's gonna be expensive. I guess we'll just mobilize the whole army for this. Because Qing is gonna be an issue no matter what. Oh! I cleared my notifications, but apparently Brazil modernized its navy. Pedro's still in charge. That's rare. Usually Brazil gets couped at some point. 1891, he's still in charge. Do they have women's rights? They don't, so they failed that part of the journal entry. Okay. We're slowly piecing together a picture of the wider world. And the good news is that we're kind of pushing through Qing. Can we just kind of march to Beijing there? That'd be great. In fact, what if we took our new navy, mobilized another division, and just invaded there? I think that would be a fantastic idea. You know, until we get there and everyone dies, and then I can say what a terrible idea it was. Why did we do it? Yeah, we're never getting rid of this debt. The only thing that's changed at this point is that our credit is stuck between 40 and 50 million. The economy's grown enough to kind of outpace the debt. For a time. For a time. Oh, they've sent a lot of troops our way now. Yeah, they kind of noticed what we were doing, huh? Let's kind of dig in there a bit here. We actually don't need more ports built right now. I just thought building them would be a good idea. Our attempts to export opium to America isn't really working, but our tobacco exports are going fine. Is there a reason for that by any chance? There is. It's not because of the Yankee or Dixie cultures. I'm just kind of checking certain cultures just in case, but I don't think there's been any major obsessions. Fund the journal. We can't even fund our own wars. You crazy? We can't even fund our grain addiction. Well, lack thereof of a grain addiction, I should say. Honestly, I should have gotten like a fishing company at this rate. With the amount of fisheries that we're building. Give jobs to some of our vassals here. There you go, Britain. Have fun with revolts. Failed naval invasion. Did someone just die? Oh, yeah. That's exactly what happened. How did I know? Naval invasion failed because the general decided that he was just gonna stop working for us for life the moment we were set to start it. He was probably dead for a while, actually, because they were at the bottom of their organization pillar. Montenegro, can they even reach Montenegro? They can. As much as I'd love to help them, Russia might get involved, and we're Qing. So, we're just gonna let Montenegro kind of pass under the bus, so to speak. You know, it's a shame. Really loved the Montenegrins, but, oh well. It's just business. Things happen. Oh, this sounds awful. Absolutely awful. Did they die again? Now, what is happening? Now the admiral in charge of the fleet croaked. Wow, this army is cursed. Is there a reason they're traveling the opposite direction that they're supposed to? I guess we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. I don't know what's happening, but if I assign anyone to do a naval invasion into Beijing, they just die not long after. I have no idea why. But it's a little scary that it keeps happening. Maybe this is a sign that we shouldn't naval invade Beijing specifically. I don't know why, but it just seems to be cursed. I imagine we're having some employment issues because of the new wage changes that were recently introduced. Really should build some grain farms. Grain is still an issue, but I can't help myself. I can make cotton here instead of grain. You know? Why would I make grain when I could just grow cotton? Although I guess southern Serbia is... we're just gonna finance this wheat farm a bit, because for whatever reason it's having a... Oh, there's no employment here. Why? How long have we not been subsidizing our railways? Has that just been the entire game? Or did we just, like, suffer a very recent bug for that? That would explain why a couple of business areas have not been functional. That would explain a lot. Do we have oil? Kind of, but also no. Well, we'll just switch to it anyway. Just subsidize them until it works itself out. I'm starting to realize why some of these areas were never functioning properly. They never had access to the wider market, and yeah, of course this never worked. It was never going to work. Guess we could get oil rigs built up a bit too. Not a lot, mind you, but enough to where we can actually utilize it. What is making oil? Oh, an oil rig. Where's this oil rig? Oh, Persian Kurdistan. Cool. Didn't even know we had that. I feel like we're just bullying Qing now by not finishing this naval invasion. Wait. Oh, it bugged out. I see. That's what's happening. Cool. Awesome. God. Okay. You are traveling, right? It looks like you're not traveling. Maybe you are and your marker's just stuck. I'm gonna assume the marker's just stuck. Because anything else will make me sad. So a lot of unemployed in Aden. Please tell me that's just a coincidence and not... Where are people getting fired? Oh, they're not getting fired. They're going elsewhere and getting fired? Is this because of the new wages, or is the economy just in shambles? We really need Zeppelins to improve our market access price impact. Oh, Britain might leave us soon. That would be really sad if they did. How long do I have before Britain gives up? Not long. We're not going to get our treaty port again. At this rate. Okay, yeah, so wage modifiers are awesome in this game, but it looks like it really upsets the balance if your market access is not very high. Yeah, someone gets upset. New Wow, I guess we're just hating on Britain now with the rule folk. Things just don't change, do they? Oh, jeez, this is not making enough money with fertilizers? Oof. Do we need automation? Nope, not even that would help. I guess we just need more fertilizer. And, of course, the Zeppelins. The Zeppelins would help a lot. Ah, there we go. Yep, Qing should give up shortly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the reason why things are not working is because of just our really high taxes. No one can really afford to buy things. It's a bit of an issue, you see. Now our debt's gotten even higher. Man, we're just playing Debt Simulator, aren't we? Nice little treaty port of Nantong. The Ottoman Treaty Port in China, that's just not right. Oof. Yeah, our investment pool got weaker because of the increased wage. I thought that's what was happening. That's probably why our investment pool has been so weak this whole game. Is because we just basically handicapped it and then kneecapped it right afterwards. Just as it started to recover, we came back in and had to break its other leg. just to show it that it wasn't in charge. Which was probably not a good idea, but, well, here we are. Ooh, investment rates in Ukraine. They're even almost willing to get a power block embassy. That's really funny. You know what? I might just do that. First... Ooh, wait, -2. Socialist revolt. Socialist revolt, you say? Be fun to have it, but I think we're just gonna avoid that one a little. Just kind of kick it under the curb. Okay, Zeppelins should help the economy, or they'll crash and burn everywhere. We'll figure that out when we cross over to the bridge. Let's get pan-nationalism here, then we might just gun it straight to macroeconomics. Actually, corporatism is spreading, so we might grab that too. But hopefully what this means is that a lot of businesses stop suffering. Or at least start costing us less wages to maintain. Yeah. It's at least costing us less to maintain. Why is the budget worse? Because we're building more. Okay, got it. Unemployment is higher. That is really bad. Why are these not hiring? I see it says it's firing people, but surely the wages can't be that terrible, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it really is that bad. Maybe I have severely underestimated my ability to bankrupt my own businesses. Are the motor industries working? No, like everything is firing people. Ooh, this is not good. An automation would actually make it worse. This is a bit too rough, actually. Huh. We've got entire businesses that are just kind of firing people? I guess steel is very expensive, but are steel mills firing people? No, it seems like they're okay. I don't know, maybe that's just the issue, is there's just too much demand for steel, and then that's just kind of cascading. I guess we could make steel mills over here. I guess that's just what's happening, is things are kind of cascading due to steel prices. It's causing the motor industry to fail, which is causing plantations to fail, but that wouldn't cause the coal mines to fail. I guess tools are unusually expensive. They're usually fairly cheap. Maybe that's a reason why. We have some rubber. Man, I have really kerfuffled this, huh? I like saying that word, I guess. Let's try and build up our rubber supply as well a bit, and protectorate here that, you know, doesn't like us. We're going to impose a state religion on anyway. And then evangelize in. All to make them hate us less. But yeah, I think that's what's just kind of happened. We have very high taxes, so our standard of living is suffering. And then the really high wages is causing... Poppy dog. The very high wages are probably causing places to struggle to maintain production. And so what ends up happening is everything just kind of starts collapsing. And we're now kind of in that situation where things are not stable because of that. I think that's what's been going on here. And that's why things aren't working when they normally would. The 5% Mappy is helping a little bit, at least. I think it's helping some of the businesses function better. What we need to do is get those steel prices down, though, and go from there. Yeah, man, okay, so at least we're learning how you can really self-sabotage yourself. Oh my god. This is awful. You know, I kind of want to annex the Caucasus. I've been kind of sitting here thinking on it. I kind of want to annex the Caucasus directly. Primarily Baku, just because I know it has 240 oil points there. It would be cool to have it as another subject zone, but I feel like it'd be better under our control. So we might just slowly start annexing it now that we... Okay, it says Russia might join that one. Honestly, if Russia joins it, that'll be fine by me. I will be happy to put them in the dirt again. Even though we can't afford it. Well, wait, America and Britain are at war with each other? Ah, Columbia District, yeah, I see what's happening. Britain, I know you're at war, but... Actually, no, never mind. You have fun. We could help Moldavia take Bessarabia. And then we could seize... I know we have to pay that in the Russian Dobrozhia? Yeah. Yeah. And then... we could seize... more territory? It's expensive, though. I really don't want to. Maybe we don't. Maybe what we do against the Russians beyond that is just another war reparation. And another humiliation. Just to rub it in. We could try another liberation war goal, too. But who could we do that on? We don't have pan-nationalism, so... Oh, Kazakhstan. That would cut them off from this area over here, but it wouldn't really rip out any strength. Wouldn't really rip out their strength. This is going to be another expensive war that we definitely can't afford. That we can definitely afford. Good lord. Ooh, you're not mobilized. It's an offensive front. They're confident. I like that confidence. Because it means they won't back down. I kind of want to seize the Baltic Governorate as a subject, just because it puts their capital on our border. It makes it very easy to seize. Or... Bukhara here. Just because of opium. I don't know. There's a lot of decision-making that we can make here. If we liberate Kazakhstan... I mean, it would be a very easy area to invest in, and it does have some of the oil deposits. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough decision, actually. Because the Baltic Governorate would be nice to have, just to have Russia's capital on our doorstep. But we could also liberate Kazakhstan just to weaken them further. Like, decision-making. Hard. Difficult. Let's seize the Baltic Governorate. It's much further away from our empire. It'll look a little weird, but if we seize that, it will be a lot easier to bully Russia in the future. Let's actually get 2 railways there. And then, before we go to war here, because I need to set up a bit of production in the background just to make sure it's fine. I understand that we're just having issues with employment right now because steel got expensive, the wages got high, and everything started just kind of biting into itself. But here's hoping now that we have rubber, we can at least make tools cheaper, and cheaper tools will make the coal mines not suffer as much. I might implement steam donkeys too, though. We'll see. Surprised that they've been firing people, though. That has really been surprising. Alright. Yeah, we'll do that. That way the adamant defender is kind of the one defending the front. Seize Azerbaijan Azerbaijan for 2 points, and then we'll push into Russia. Oh, I forgot about Bessarabia. So we'll go over there. We're getting military assistance from the US at the moment too, so that'll make this war a little less expensive. Well, that's probably gonna break now that they just ended their war though, huh? Yeah. Probably. Oh! Brazil had a Republican coup! Benjamin Constant. Positivist Armed Forces. I usually don't see him take charge, but I guess because we're in 1894, he's kind of the next one up. The next one up to seize it if need be. Just realized we're not selling some of these buildings, so I might go ahead and do that. Are there any plantations we're not selling? I might as well put those up for market as well. Because you never know. They might buy them. We actually could do the fishing wharf one still, but I don't think we will. Just gonna do a lot of those here. Yeah. I think that's a part of the reason why coal's expensive now is because the mines are failing a little, but it's mainly because of trade. Yeah, I guess Aiden could use some additional tools as well. I think if we can lower the tool prices, that might help, but what we really need to do is lower taxes and just raise the standard of living. That seems to be the big issue here. Although I'm noticing our textile mills seem to be a lot more functional, which is good. Even if some of them are owned by people overseas who are not living here. That at least gives us something to work with, economically speaking. Are they at war again? Is Germany in this? Yep, jeez. The French-German rivalry is just very alive. Which is perfectly fine with me. I kind of want to let corporatism keep spreading, but I think we'll just grab it now. There's Baku, and we will actually go ahead and incorporate that. Oh, take that really quick before they seize it from us. Seize Bessarabia next. Just kind of slowly push as we go here. Oh, we might not seize it next. They have a lot of troops over there. New plan. You're gonna go help seize that. You're gonna, yeah, just dig in. We'll kind of slowly push through here as well, just because it's another front. This war is gonna take a while, probably. Which I don't like, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Yep, Zeppelins has helped us. Our economy has gotten up a little. Standard of living's up slightly. It's not great, our situation, but it's not terrible either. We're just kind of in between, so to speak. Forgot to raise conscripts. That's probably what Russia's done. They've probably raised a lot of conscripts. I don't mind coal prices going up for now, because that's probably what we need. I am going to take a bit of an executive decision and just kind of use the steam donkeys as well, because I think that will help the motor industries, which are still suffering from steel prices. Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought I guess a lot of the foreign markets are buying this up now instead, huh? Guess that's fine, that's just not what I expected. I guess it makes sense, though. We did open our market to foreign investment, so guess who's going to be buying a lot of it? That'll be interesting. But we're just going to roll with it. Guess we work towards macroeconomics next. Although, a feminist movement wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, let's get the feminist movement, then we work towards it. It'll make it a little cheaper, too. Oh, good, more construction. That's what we need right now. Oh, look, more Kazakhs from Russia. During a war with Russia. Where have I seen this before? Oh no, the old Sultan died. Local governors exist again. Does this mean it's time to end the Sultanate? Oh, theocrat, heir apparent. Hopefully we can make you, vanish soon, then. And the trade union now exists in 1895. So it shall be. I see that they learned last time from our naval invasion. They've got they've got almost 100 divisions just kind of sitting up there. Where is the Navy? Now that the, now that the Bessarabian front is kind of closed, we'll take one of those divisions and send them over there. Are we actually winning those battles? Yes, we are. Might have to just kind of dig in now. Britain is going to war with France. We do have some trade with France, but that's mostly the wine trade, so it's not really a severe issue for us. Oh, they have a war. They have a Belgium on their side? They do. They'd be willing to give us a couple of their African possessions. But I'm more interested in nope, they won't give any subjects. I might just stay out of that war, actually, because we are at war with Europe. I mean, Russia. Although a Brazil subject would be except it would make us a pariah and we'd collapse. Yeah, let's just stay out of that war. Because we are kind of in a large-scale war right now with Russia. And I don't know if we can win it, actually. Yeah, we're losing a lot of bodies. Kind of hold our positions here for a bit because they are outnumbering us a little. Just sending that guy off to an asylum without even checking his state of mind. It's probably rude of me. So I'm guessing they must have like a lot of investment compared to ours, which makes sense. Ours isn't even a 100k reinvestment. So I think a good chunk of our economy is going to be owned by foreigners, which is just something we're going to have to deal with. It's just one of those things, you know? Which is a little unfortunate because it means our company... Oh, they have a textile company, though. I was going to say, it's a little unfortunate because it means our companies, like the textile company, aren't going to be owning them. But the British own a textile company, so... Could be worse. Not a lot of laws to pass. Oh, we have regulatory bodies now. As a labor rate. I guess we could do that so people die less. Yeah. No reason not to. The Sunni ulama support it now, so we actually get that conversion bonus. Only issue is that a lot of their troops are up there now. Actually, that's not an issue. What do I need to... Oh, transfer the Baltic governorates. I should have just occupied their capital. My bad. Let's just do that right away, then. Yeah, I forgot. I don't need to seize their capital. I just need to seize this and then just kind of dig in. And then that will just knock them down. Glass is getting expensive. Well, hopefully that is just... Why do I have that set to abroad? That's weird. Hopefully those are easy to employ. Okay, yes, good news. Motor industries are starting to employ more. That's a good sign. That means steel prices came down enough. The Great Baku Steel... Or train robbery. I misread that badly. I could get off with not humiliating Russia if it ends the war now, but I need those war reparations. Yeah, there we go. Take the Baltic Governorate. They're humiliated. Well, they're not humiliated. We just got the, would have made them full of great power, though. 32k, though. That is good. I'm going to take an executive decision. We're going to finally drop our taxes to high. I think that's what we need right now, is taxes need to be dropped to high in order to really stimulate the economy. I think without that, the economy will not be stimulated, and it's just going to be stuck like this forever. Can I export oil? We could, but we probably should just use it. Coal mines are doing a bit better, and it might actually be because... That might be why the motor industries are doing better, because now there's more demand for such things. Oh, we have a sulfur mine down here, yeah, but there's not many people. We don't have any rivers, do we? I mean, we do have rivers, but we don't have rivers that give us a, market access bonus. No, we don't. Not even Bulgaria, do we? Oh, no, Bulgaria's does, the Danube River. It's just busy with a flood right now, so, you know. They're a little preoccupied at the moment. Check back in 6 to 8 years. This will build up the explosives factory here for now. It's not ideal, but we're not really in the ideal situation regardless. Standard of living going up should help here. It's going to take a little bit, but that rising should counterbalance things. Trade union solidarity, well, that won't be lasting long. I can assure you of that. It's not perfect, but hopefully this means a lot of the turmoil that's been robbing us of a little bit of tax income goes away. The economy definitely jumped up once we did that. My hope here, though, is that, yes, okay, we are seeing better employment now. The national wage might have actually gone down a little, since they can actually afford to drop it. But that's okay. That is a-okay. All I need is for this to be functional. Yes. Honestly, the American and British investments aren't a bad thing. I feel like they might be neglecting their own people, mind you, but oh well. That's probably not something we need to worry about. Ooh, southern Serbia has, like, no one to employ now. Although I need to maintain the subsidies in the grain farm, apparently. It is really suffering. Oh, right, there's a flood. Well, I guess that would do it. Yeah, I guess a flood would kind of make it a little hard to export things, wouldn't it? All that water is kind of in the way. Yeah. What do you say we make more opium? I've noticed that the Americans have been really liking investing into it. Into Briz specifically. It's a little weird. So why don't we just make more? I want to get more construction going. I know I keep mentioning it, but I think we might actually hold off. Kind of let our balance finally recover here. Because if we could actually drop taxes again, that would be phenomenal. Maybe we do that, because I noticed dropping taxes seem to have an almost immediate rebound effect. Let's do it. Let's take a risk. I'm going to gamble on the fact that dropping taxes again is going to spike the economy here. As people finally have enough purchasing power to not starve. Oh, who's in charge now of the trade union? The Republican. So they're no longer happy with our rule of government. Rather, style of government, I should say. You know what? That's okay. But yeah, the fact, even with all that wage increase, that the clerks are still middling, tells me that the economy has just been ailing this whole time. It has not been doing well. And that's probably why we've been suffering for so much. It's probably why our investment pool couldn't do a dang thing either. Between the increased wages and the stalling economy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. The GDP grew again. The standard of living average just hit 15. It's still not great, but it's no longer terrible. I see. I guess I'll rival Germany at this point. They're still rivaling us. We have an embargo. Ooh, the Albanian national movement's losing steam. That's good. And I think the feminist movement just showed up. Was that right? Yes. It's a weak one, but it's here. It's a movement that exists in more than just our hearts. We should build more cotton plantations. Just because. Oh, I said, you know, I could build cotton instead. Yeah. Oh, wow, these places have no one to employ. What happened? I guess they all got employed. That's what happened, but, you know. I can't help but ask the question. Sucks that grain is still such a problem, though. Oh, they want to join Pact of the Straits. That's adorable. You can join. Just, you know, not the way you're thinking. Glad to have a land connection with Circassia, finally. What's happening? Oh, right, yeah. I guess they, have a lot of unemployed over there, don't they? They don't really have the qualifications. Because they're probably not treated well, are they? Oh, wow, violent hostility. Because none of you are conforming. Right. None of you are Sunni. So you're just kind of stuck that way. Okay, maybe we look into cultural exclusion soon. Because that could be a problem. They're going to keep revolting until that's resolved. Speaking of which, we could actually drop a consumption tax or two to get authority. See if we can't attract any of our pops there. I don't need a lot. I just need, like, a single tiny wave. Just like a very small wave of them, just to start the conversion. That way we can calm it down. Maybe de-radicalize them a little, yeah. That would actually stop this. For a bit. Yeah, there we go. And we need... God! Motor industries better be employing everyone. They are, that's the good news. The bad news is that we have, we're actually starting to lack employment in certain areas. Actually, I have a great idea. If unemployment is actually, or a lack of unemployment, goodness, is starting to be an issue. Oh, that's abroad, my bad. We could start building up a lot of these. Actually, this area could just grow more stuff. They should have, yes, they are getting qualifications here and there now. Not a lot. A lot of them are still kind of not qualified, primarily because they're still peasants. So, you know, that's unfortunate. But a lot of them are starting to get the qualifications they need to at least be farmers, and that is good enough for me. It's at least enough to where we can build them up. Okay, the bad news is we're kind of relying on the Russian war reparations to keep things funded. The good news... Oh. Where are we not getting fabric from anymore? Oh, it's because of the new trade route, right? Never mind. I like how we're exporting opium and tobacco to our best trading partners in the world ever. Does America need coal? Not really, they're plentiful on coal. Could use coffee, though, but I want to keep the coffee for myself. We're exporting tea. We could export... I don't know why we can export tobacco to Qing. I guess we might as well. It's cheap in our market. It's profitable for us to increase that. I would prefer to export opium to them, but they have an indefinite opium ban, which is a little annoying, but I can't do anything about it. We're just gonna have to live with it. Yes, because I think that pushes our leverage up enough, right? Yes. I figure we may as well just pull Ukraine in the old-fashioned way. Keep them on our side here. Our investment pool has been getting slightly better. It's been taking more of our construction points over time. It's not a lot, but it's enough to where... Wow, all those steel... I feel like this is not how I wanted the investments to go exactly. But I guess it's kind of okay that they're buying a bunch of our stuff, because then I can just sell them a lot of our opium and stuff, which I guess they're probably also buying the rights to at this point as well, aren't they? Goodness gracious. Thank God we're a great power and not a minor, where they could just eat us up afterwards. Yeah, that would just be awful. Did we get anyone over here by chance? No. We're trying. Some people are trying to appear and then they don't. There's not really a lot of work for you guys to do that you already... Violent hostility really is a problem. I don't think... Can we pass this? No, but they are giving us a multicultural possibility, which would be really weird to pass. Because it means then people won't convert to Turkish as much. But I guess that doesn't really matter to us, does it? We're just looking for stability in the Empire. It would mean slightly lower wages. Maybe that's what we need, is slightly lower wages. I don't know. It's worth considering. Ooh, Egypt is actually... Ooh, we could actually annex Egypt. We're actually in a position where we could annex Egypt, something we planned to do so long ago. Because although they've been kind of following in our footsteps, they still have the slave trade. They're definitely behind us technologically speaking. Oh god. Oh no, I hate it when the game gets stuck on the population ledger. Let me just do this really quick. Because I don't want to make everyone stare at the population ledger for however long it takes for the game to fix itself. That would be extremely unfortunate. So we're just going to do a quick reload here. There we go. Problem solved. Let's annex Egypt. It's going to make a lot of our vassals upset, though. Do we want to annex Egypt, actually? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just let Egypt... work as it is, because we're getting 56,000 a week from them in taxes. You know what? Maybe we just leave Egypt as it is. I want to annex Egypt badly, but maybe we just leave it as it is. Because this way it's loyal, it's giving us money, there's nothing to worry about. We could raise subject payments, I guess, but that usually doesn't end well. Usually for the subject. Tripolitania is doing very well. Or, sorry, this is Tunis. Tripolitania is right here. They're doing okay. Who are you? The Reformer? Sure, you could take over. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. I think we actually leave Egypt just under kind of benign neglect here. They've been doing fine as it is. They've been kind of following in our footsteps enough to where they're almost in the top 10 for GDP, which is honestly good. I feel like it's a circumstance where annexing them doesn't really give us as much returns as leaving them to their devices would. The rule folk have a lot of clout. Oh, I guess the election just gave them more clout. Fair enough. Elected bureaucrats wouldn't be a terrible idea, given who we're probably going to stick with. National militia would be awful, though. I really don't want a national militia. Don't think we can get off legal guardianship. We need the feminist movement to really kick up more, I guess. Ooh, free trade. I do love free trade, personally. The rule folk do not. The modernization movement is... Yeah, you know what? I love getting off free trade, because then or getting onto free trade, because then it means these trade routes can get larger, and then I don't have to think about tariffs at all. We're only making 4K a week from tariffs anyway. And the industrialists will give us engines of progress, so reinvestment's stronger, as half our country is bought up by foreigners anyway. Speaking of which, in consumption tax is a good chunk of our taxes still, so I think what we'll do now, we're actually going to get rid of the opium tax, because what that should do, that should help a lot of the lower strata stop suffering. And then what that hopefully means is their standard of living will improve, they'll buy more goods, that will help the rich who are being taxed still. Although not everyone's going to go up, unfortunately, because Sometimes you're just not being paid enough. Sometimes you are being paid enough. Plus, our workforce ratio is not great. It's well below 30. So that doesn't help too much. What should our fourth company be? I know there are some unique companies that we have access to. Ooh! Morale recovery. Opium. I like the sound of that. Except, I'm pretty sure over half the opium plantations have already been bought up, so this would do nothing. Actually, some of them haven't been bought up yet. So if we really wanted to invest into the opium, we could, but I feel like it's a little late for that. Maybe it's never truly too late to invest in opium, but, you know. Let me look at some of our attainable companies, because I know some of them are close to being established. They just need a few more buildings built. Do we own Southern Turkestan? We do own Southern Turkestan. Opium plantations, cotton plantations, that's not a bad idea. That's something we could do. We might do that. The birth rate's never a bad idea. Wow, we have, like, no food industries. Hang on, what's going on here? We have some of them. Just don't own a lot of them. Oh, we own some in, like, New York. Okay. I mean, more pop growth is never a bad idea. More pops means more employment. And I do love the food industries. I very much love the food industries. I'm gonna be biased and build up the food industry, even though I would love to get cotton going. I'm biased for the food industry. Oh, look, another theocrat. Plus, cotton plantations. We don't need to invest into those. Maybe. No, maybe we do. Oh, the game's gonna start lagging a little. Not a lot. That's just the initial lag, since we had to do a reload. Because of all the areas we can build in simultaneously right now. It gets a little discontent at times. Yeah, it looks like we need to start building up furniture. Which is fine. I'm glad that we need to start building it up. Coal is still expensive, but now that is not because the coal mines aren't functioning. Though I would like it if our coal mining company bought up some of our coal mines. Or at least bought up more of them. I don't think that's going to happen for a while, though. Actually, Wallachia has a lot of coal that we can invest into here, so we'll just do that right now. That way a lot of their peasants are no longer peasants. Should actually help maintain their stability. Probably maintain their stability. I don't know. Let's see. Where is... Did they get bought up immediately? No, they're not enough. I thought the food industries were bought up immediately. Oh, actually, I guess they are technically owned. So we're just gonna have to really quick kind of pay for that nationalization. And then we are going to get more birth rate. Because, you know, something has to offset us giving women more rights, you know? Combustion engine research, very nice. And this should be very productive, get us a lot more groceries. I don't mind exporting. There is a revolt in the Baltic Governorate. This is... Unfortunately, this is very, very routine and very normal. I think we're still relying on the war reps. We are, but our interest has gone down, so I think we'll be okay. I know there's some of this that we haven't really grown yet, and that's kind of on purpose. I didn't want to spend too much more on bureaucracy right away. Okay, there we go. The company headquarters is starting to privatize things. That's good. Good to see. Oh, we're finally seeing economic success. Thank goodness. I was really worried for a while that it wasn't going to happen. Could go from... Actually, no, our peasant numbers are slowly dropping. That's good. We're over 2% pop growth now, thanks to our food company. I do want to give women more rights, get the workforce ratio up at least a little, because that would actually help us in the long run. Now that our employment is getting there, we'll actually go and bolster them. The traditionalists are really strong though, so we might not be able to do that at all. Yep, our traders are actually going to be oversized now because of the new scale, but that might favor us in the long run. We'll have to see. I'm not funding journals. Stop asking me to fund journals. I don't know why they want me to fund all these journals. Accidental good press for Austria. I can't have that. That won't do. We can't have good press for the Austrians. What would they think? They'd be able to walk all over us then. You know, first we say nice things about them, next thing you know, they're invading half the country. That has no substance whatsoever. I'm just spewing nonsense to justify why we don't want this. Even though it's not really a justification at all. And we're getting a lot of investment from them both. I feel like it's a lot. It's probably not a lot of investment, but I've noticed they're almost constantly building in us now. We're like getting constant construction, which I'm fine with. What I do need to do, though, is start building a lot of these, because I really need to expand our institutions now that the economy has been fixed. The economy has finally been fixed. We should go ahead and get a little more construction, too. Just because we can invest in Britain and the United States all the time. So once we're done building up in our country, we can just start investing in their country. Like they've been doing for us. I'm guessing our relations with Britain just fell because they became notorious. Oh, they view us as a natural enemy. Why? We've been allies for so long. Oh. Oh, well, you know what? Well, what are friends for? Oh, my goodness. Britain. Oh, Britain. Britain's gonna take our treaty port from us by taking everything around it. That kind of sucks. I don't really want to ask for another treaty port because they might just do this again then. You know? Kind of no point. You know what? I will take your bankroll. Russia's also ended their rivalry with us, which is interesting. They're reconciliatory. I'm still holding a grudge. I'm still holding a grudge from all those stalemate wars, so I can't agree. I can't agree. Plus, investing in Britain has been so good. I really don't want to lose my ties to Britain by befriending Russia. That would be really bad. So, you know, great that Russia has managed to let bygones be bygones. I'm still holding a grudge against them. So unfortunately, I can't agree. I can't reciprocate. Poor Russia, man. They're just trying to make friends after having them as an enemy for so long, and I'm over here like, no. I want to see your country burn to the ground. Like, A-class diplomacy over here by the Ottoman Empire. And don't read into the whole stuff that we're building in Afghanistan too much here. What we're building, perfectly normal, perfectly reasonable. Don't question it. Do not question it. These programs will help the Empire in the long run. I promise. Okay, maybe they won't, but we'll try. Do we get the bankroll now or after the war? We get the bankroll now when the war starts. Okay, good enough for me then. That'll basically pay for our involvement in the war and our investments afterwards. Actually, you know what? I'm morbidly curious to see what will happen if Britain does take all those states. So let's actually mobilize the military and help them out since they're paying for it anyway. Ooh, 2% pop growth. That's always fun. It is cute that they're being reconciliatory here. But again, like I said, I'm holding a grudge. Also, I think the US has them as a rival. Yeah. And I know Britain does, so I really don't want to, lose that mutual disdain. You know, it's very beneficial for our empire to have friends in high places. Usually places where others aren't allowed. I guess if our peasant numbers keep dropping and the unemployment keeps dropping... Okay, I kind of need to spend... Actually, where is this? Maybe I can just ignore it. Okay, maybe I can't. That's a lot of opium. Question, should we help with the failing harvest? Well, how much opium does it export per week? International exchange standards, that's good. I'll drop our interest a little more, but what we're really going for now is that macroeconomics by 1905. That'll be great. That'll give us another 5% MAPI. I don't know what our last company will be. We'll figure that out at some point. I do see that this is starting to grow, though. The companies are increasing their investment, which is fantastic to see. I don't know if that includes our food industry. That does include our food industry. They are building one. Excellent. Oh, what is happening? Oh! India just collapsed. Okay. Yeah, in India just exploded. Huh. Yeah, this is going to affect Britain's economy. It's already affecting Britain's economy. In fact, this might mean we can, yeah, export even more opium to Britain and iron. Yes, we can make Britain reliant on us for trade, but it also means I can't sell to all the people that are in India now. I mean, I can, I just can't do it through Britain. We kind of have, we have no intermediary now. Speaking of which, I know we don't have unemployed people here for all the ports, but because we're running out of convoys due to trade, I'm gonna just mass invest, and then we'll find some unemployed people. We'll make it happen. Actually, we'll make it happen right now by investing into rotary valve engines. Just to induce more unemployment. With our increasing wages, this will actually benefit in the long run. Probably. I need to switch this over to just in the Ottoman Empire. Oh, no, not basic production. Don't do that. That's gonna kill the tobacco production. That'd be awful. I love how much, wow, they eat a lot of fish. Which I guess makes sense. We make fish more than we do grain. Because, you know, all the cash crops we keep making. Speaking of grain, Ukraine, would you like to join our power block? You must make a lot of grain, right? No, you do not. Oh, but yes, we're at war with Qing right now, but look at this, I can still trade with Qing. If you have an active treaty port in someone, you can still trade with them while at war with them. It's very funny. Though, since half the time you're probably at war with great powers, you're not going to find a lot of use for that. I just think it's silly. Although we are going to lose it because Britain is going to seize the state it's involved in. Britain did just lose so much by losing British Senegal as an ally. Are they revolting? Yes. France is in this war. Okay, I mean, we get pulled in for secondary demand, which oh, is Russia in this war too? Wow, that's awkward. that's really awkward. Okay. I didn't really plan on that. I guess we could make Circassia join the war. Oh, we can make the United Baltic provinces join the war. And just invade Russia easily. What do we want from Russia then? And I kind of had to agree to that, or else we were going to lose our alliance with Britain, which would not have been ideal. Oh. You know, we could seize French Niger for coffee. You know what? I'm moderately sold on that, but I have to annex them to make them our primary culture. They're also communist. Weird. I don't know. I kind of want to keep bullying Russia. Just because it's Russia. Sorry, Russia. But, you know, we've been having all of those wars, so I'm just a little salty about it. about how much delay it caused us. My salt is real. Ooh, Rostov would not be a bad seizure. Has a lot of coal there, plus cotton. If we seize Rostov, I could give it to Circassia. I don't think Circassia has... They don't. Could we give them knowledge sharing? We could. We're still on traditionalism, actually. Let me just pop that in really quick. God, I don't know. There's so much we could take. We could just take war reps as well. Or we could just seize French Niger anyway. You know what? Let's just seize French Niger anyway. Good. The war just finished there. And I imagine you kind of just stayed over there. Are you heading all the way to... Where are you heading to? I don't know where you're heading, but the war is going to be in France. Let's quickly do this here. And then I do need to bring the Navy back and have them defend the capital in case there's any naval invasion attempts. Because we're just going to shove the entire army into France to make France break. While... Oh, wait, no, I can't. I do actually need one of these units back home. Because we do have a border with Russia. Well, at least Britain's giving us a bankroll right now, so they'll be paying for this involvement, too. Belgium's gonna try to get Uruguay. But that's why I want to kind of shove all of our troops into Belgium here, because if we can push in there, that'd be great. Are they targeting Belgium? By any chance? No. Okay, fair enough. This is disgusting. Britain is owning so much of India right now. It's putrid. How much does their population go up by? A huge amount, and it's decreasing. How is the reactionary revolt movement going right now? Guaranteed civil war? Militant? Yeah. Yeah, so this is what happens if you take too much of territory that's going to be with high turmoil. If you can get the turmoil back down, you'll be fine. But... I'm pretty sure they're on national supremacy, aren't they? Britain. National supremacy, freedom of conscience. Yeah, they're, probably a lot of the Han Pops, if I had to guess, are agitating. They're treated very poorly, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, violent hostility, so their wages are massively reduced. They radicalize more easily. And, yeah, they're definitely radicalizing already. For a variety of reasons. Do we just kind of hold position? Oh, maybe not. We might not need to hold position at this rate. France has already lost a ton of troops in one battle. But we're losing a lot of troops, too. I think... Already at 26... 25, 26. I think we're fine to just keep attacking for now. Oh, we're actually exporting opium to America. Hang on. Hang on. We're actually exporting opium. Oh, no, I want the American market here. I assume we're, like, all of their, opium, aren't we? Literally, all of their opium comes from us. Without us, America doesn't have opium. We've introduced opium to America, and I couldn't be more proud of myself. I assume they don't have any, like, obsessions with it, because it's not in high demand. Oh, the Irish are obsessed with fine art. Was that in random, or... Yeah, that has to be random. Yeah, that has to be random, because it's not a primary culture of anyone that's in existence right now. Huh. There's the random obsession for you. The, Irish are obsessed with fine art, apparently. I don't think we have any. I'm just kind of glancing over it while we let everything play in the background here. None of our big groups have it. We're converting at a good rate, though. I am curious. I want to find some of our Orthodox pops really quick. I want to see... I know being radicalized kind of makes the conversion slower. 0.2% base, 73 from this, 80 from education. Whoa. It's a nice conversion rate. I know we could build all the power block statues to convert it faster, but I don't think we're going to need that. The Grand Party will bring back the sun. I think the sun's already here, but, you know, you do you. Yeah, we've probably built up more than enough of, Ooh, we're exporting a lot of textiles. In fact, the Americans would not have enough clothes for themselves if we were not exporting to them. That is fantastic news, because that means we're making a lot of money. And by we, I mean whoever owns the textile mills. So some of those would be the British. The British are making money off of our exports to the Americans. No, just don't question it. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Over-enthusiastic partisans. The Committee of Union and Progress. No, I think I'll just crack down on that. Wait, you're a part of who now? Oh, okay. No, I see how it is. I see how it is. I got it now. I understand. What else are we at war with? Oh, some revolt in the jet. I'm sure it will handle itself. Yeah, it looks like the French are going to lose, and the French losing will be great. Do I have... just war goal on the French, right? Yeah. So I can just not care about Russia. That's good. I don't think Ukraine will have a civil war, to be honest. Oh, well, no. Militant. Maybe they will. Probably not, though. We are the largest economy in the world now, though that's partially helped by the fact that, you know, India collapsed. And Britain just yoinked parts of Qing's GDP out the window, but that's fine. It's not our problem, so we're not going to worry about it. What I am going to do, though, is check on the iron mines really quick. I mean, yeah, it would technically lose money, but that's only because the motor industries need to be built up more. There's not enough of them to go around, I guess. Ankara already has 10. Let's build up 20 more, then. And I know we just built up the railway, but we're going to have to build up more already. That is a great deal of motor industries that we need. Are we flooded here, or is it just... No, we just don't have the macroeconomics yet. We really do need it. I'm happy to see that our investment pool finally got off the ground, even if it's not fully investing still. How are our companies doing? Oracle's forced on Russia. You're at 7. You're at 20. 69 and 12. 58, and then I can't read the lead mine because it's kind of spilling over. But good to see that's working out. In fact, we could probably switch some of our textiles over to craftsman sewing now and just export the luxury clothes. Though we're exporting a good deal of these clothes elsewhere. It's not a bad idea. It's worth considering. I mean, this is under British textiles already. We might as well, and then we can just export it. Because we do have domestic silk production. Plus, there's something funny about the British and Americans owning the textiles, and then we're exporting the textiles to them. So the money that the textiles are earning is being bought up by, the money the textiles are making is being sent to the Americans and British, who then use it to buy the very products the textiles are making. Regime change in British Niger. Oh, I see. That's why we're still delayed. Well, they'll take it soon, and then that'll actually regime change it to where it's no longer communist. Huh. They still have the extraction economy, though. So they're just Council Republic part of communist. Yep. There we go. Ottoman Niger is now a thing. Oh, the regime change didn't take effect. How weird. Well, we'll just work on getting them colonized, I guess. So we're probably gonna, what we'll do is annex them and then re-establish Ottoman Niger, because right now they're Catholic and French, and I don't want that. We'd prefer it if it was different. But the reason why I wanted to take them is because I noticed a part of Sokoto had been annexed, which means we could get a lot of coffee out of it. Also, I guess the coal and stuff, yeah. So annexing them and then releasing them will be good because we can give them the pump jacks. Yeah, that'll be good. More oil discovered in Baku. We'll touch on that at some point. I don't think we can use it at the moment. Reactionary movement is militant, but it's marginal. Ah, marginal. That's why it's not acting. Let's actually get interested in Britain just in case they do have a civil war, though. That way we can act if it ever occurs and try to get something out of it for ourselves. Upper stratus affluent. Everyone else is still kind of impoverished or whatnot, because food is still not cheap, I'm afraid, despite everything. Albanian oil. I really don't want to involve the local governors in anything if I can help it. I really want them to go back into obscurity and never exist. We really need certain people in charge here that we're just not getting. Still in legal guardianship, still have child labor even though it's restricted. I guess we could enact the secret police. Not that the intelligentsia would like that. The secret police wouldn't be a bad idea at this point, just to knock certain political movements out of existence. That way we can upvote other ones. Upvote? Jesus, what am I saying? None of it's a bad idea, at least. Yeah, let's get a secret police. That'll make it easier to keep control of affairs. And that'll make the bourgeoisie happier, which gives us some of our bureaucracy. In fact, do we need any new generals? It's been a while. We do. All these traditionalists and moderates are just coming out of the wood. Wow! All three of them were traditionalists there. It's just traditionalists everywhere. What's happening? I mean, I guess the supremacist movement's a bit stronger than I thought, so we're gonna have to knock it down a bit here. For the sake of the Empire. Guess we'll just allow them to air their concerns and just ignore it. Nope, no pipelines. We're not gonna do pipelines here, those are expensive. We don't do those. Let's see, Britain is going to be forced to bankroll us for how long? I don't know. I think it's 10 years, so we should have it until we at least have macroeconomics. I really want to colonize Turkmenia. Maybe we should get colonization going. Anti-Austrian society is discontent or gone. Just gonna stay out of that. Man, we're still building up a lot of ports, I see. Although we're almost done. I guess we should let the project finish. We have a lot of more potential now, though. We actually make way too much fabric. We can actually export fabric to Britain now. And we can actually undercut the American fabric industry, which is hilarious. But I think I'll just leave it cheap. We'll focus on utilizing it instead. What we really need is for our private industry to take up more of our construction. I don't think that's going to happen for a while. Ooh, we could use more silk, it looks like. I know we didn't build a lot for a while, but I guess now we do need it. Yep, engines are expensive, unemployment is low, but the population is booming. We're doing great. I'm honestly glad we managed to get all this off the ground and actually keep things going. Maybe we annex Armenia next here just to make it look better. Can I get a return state? Wait, what? Wait, where's the infamy? Why does it cost no infamy? Oh, because the population is so low, I guess. I guess the population there is just so low that it just doesn't exist. This is gonna make us a little infamous again, but oh well. Yeah, and Armenia cars just doesn't cost anything. That's hilarious. People in Azerbaijan are leaving Armenia before the war starts. Oh, that sounds terrible. Wait, the neutral states are not in the British sphere of influence anymore? When did that happen? Interesting. I might need to take a strong advantage of that. We will consider that after we bully Armenia out of existence. Sorry, Armenia. No hard feelings. It's, you know, it's just the way it's gotta be. Sorry, there was someone here. Where are you exactly? Oh, you're right there. Okay, I was trying to figure out who in India that was, because I recognized it as a name from India. But I just couldn't recognize the location. Trying to see if there is anything we can get out of this. The acceptance thing is not working because I have to use it first. It's not organizing it properly is what I mean. Oh, there we go. Now it is. Because I just had to click it in one spot and then switch over to somewhere else. It's a little confusing, but alright. Oh good, Britain's just genial again. They've forgotten that whole wanting to hate on us thing. I was a little worried for a while there that they wouldn't forget. Oh. Oh, I see. I see. They're a protectorate again already. That's fine. I wasn't interested in them anyway. Yep, so I think we're just kind of in that position now where we can just kind of cruise along and everything will be fine. Well, for the most part, we're gonna still be doing wars and bullying people. Just don't tell them that. They might get upset. Forgot to switch a lot of these over. Oh, give me just a moment. The headset beeps to let me know that it's about to die, and if it suddenly dies on me, I won't be able to hear anything. Good news is the microphone would never do that. Unless the computer crashes, in which case then we're just doomed. So, give me just one moment here while I hook it back up. I might make another beep. There we go. It's all fine now. I'm not spending 30k on Suzhou. Or Nantong. Speaking of which, we are, what, 30 minutes away from our 3-hour mark? Just because I don't want to make these too long. Because 3 hours is already a lot to ask for someone to watch. I feel like if I ask people to watch even more than 3 hours, unless we get in a really eventful moment that we don't want to just stop halfway, I feel like that's a bit much to ask, you know? So try to be at least a little respectful in that regard. What is Britain doing now? Who are you at war with this time? Oh, just, you know, the locals. Yeah, we're just gonna let them do that on their own. I'd prefer to keep my money where it is for now. I guess we'll invite the Trucial States? This is just the one that's... Oh, that must be a civil war side that won, and then another civil war broke out? It's a little weird, but I'll take it. And thanks to the anti-Austrian bloc, we can actually get a trade agreement with France, despite France being wary of us. So that's fun. Just force it through. Oh! I like how we're exporting almost a full free trade level trade route of opium to the British now. If the English get obsessed with opium, that would be the funniest thing ever. But I think what it really is just they lost access to their opium and their tobacco, and they don't have a lot of liquor. And so they kind of need that import, and we're kind of the one exporting most of it. So I think that's just what it is they just need it, and we're offering it. What is our power block's collective GDP? 347? That's not too bad. It's mainly us. Egypt is doing okay. Just okay. Nothing special. Who are we? Oh, the Baltic Governor's having another civil war. Well, I guess that's not unusual. That's normal. Perfectly normal. I see steel is still expensive, just less expensive. Grain is at 14% base price. That can't be good. At least they're privatizing a lot of stuff now, both in our country and elsewhere. Macroeconomics is done. I guess we have to decide on that last company now. We could do the fisheries, just because we have a lot of them. It does give you convoys, but I kind of want to invest maybe in oil? Technically, I could still do that opium investment, but I'm just going to hold off on that. I kind of want to invest in oil. Just because that would give us a lot of oil from Baku specifically. Let's do that, actually. Let's hard invest into Baku. For oil. Speaking of which, if I get political agitation next, we could get women's rights going. But I think what we're gonna do is we're going to invest into... How much would it take to get compression ignition? 7 years? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just jump straight to compression ignition to kickstart the economy more. I don't know if we'll get it before we hit our 3-hour mark, but that's gonna be what we push for, and maybe we do one more episode to see the end result. Could actually get plastic really quick now that I think about it. Just so we have more glass, because glass is a bit expensive. It's not a bad idea. Maybe what we do here is we get plastic compression ignition, or plastic combustion engine compression ignition. It'll slow it down a little, but yeah. Could get nitrogen fixation so the few wheat farms we have are more profitable. They have gotten better though, in part because it is more profitable. I guess, yeah, I know, I'm delaying our research into the compression ignition now by doing this, but we probably should invest into those production methods to make it more effective. Oh, wow. Yep, you can tell there was an effect because almost immediately 40% of our construction is under the private sector now instead of around 30%. So that's already having an impact. I imagine food prices might do better, they might not. Oh, we'll see. Opium's definitely going to be doing better though. Unless you're in certain areas where it was more expensive, perhaps. But I do not mind it one bit. Why is this trade rate's negative? Why is it still exporting? I don't mind it, it's just weird. 3K iron as well. Ugh, I love Britain. Thank goodness Britain's here to be our viable trade partner. Anyway, oil. The reason why I built up in Baku a bit is because Baku does have the Branabel company, which is basically the oil company, but it also gives a 5% railway throughput on top of the migration bonus, so I figured, why not? It's nothing special, but it's there. Something that we can put to use. Oh, we just passed the law. What law did we pass? I already forgot. I already forgot what law we were passing, and we passed it, and I already don't know it. Oh, secret police, right? Jesus. We could. The Sunni ulama are gonna hate on us for even trying. We could give women property rights now. We do have a feminist in charge. That alone would start shifting the workforce ratio. And it would slow our birth rate down by 5%, but we're at that point where we're running out of employment. And a higher workforce ratio would bolster the economy further. Plus, I think a little more reform would do well for the Empire. Although, could I get... No, okay. I think that might be what we go in for next. It's gonna be hard to pass it. It's probably going to fail. But we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to give it a try here. Even though it means we lose our decree cost. And well, I mean, we weren't really using that many decrees because we couldn't afford to begin with. But we're just going to try for it. And how is our taxation going? Consumption taxes are still high in the upper strata. Makes sense. Kind of there on the middle strata. Sicilian Revolution. Hang on. I might have to check that in a minute. I kind of want to make more tobacco, but I think our tobacco is mainly an export. Yeah, it's mainly an export crop at this point. Can't go wrong with more dye. Definitely can't go wrong with more opium. The rural folk are also now powerful. I presume this is because the petite bourgeoisie... Yes, they have left to form their own party. Which is going to really shift the balance of power here. I'm not upset or anything about it. We're just gonna have to We're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not upset. I don't know what you're talking about. Ankara's probably getting migration, isn't it? Yeah, weekly migrants. Oh, it's been getting mass migrations too, I see. I see. Oh, my motor industries aren't being sold at all. I know we could maintain ownership of these buildings, but honestly, I'm happy to sell them. Even if half of that is just it being bought by foreigners that are then investing into us. This has been really interesting, so I kind of just want to see how it goes. Oh, they're communists, but if they were willing to become our subject, they're atheist communists, I would absolutely say yes. Sicily itself is also a minor power, but the Germans were able to join quickly. Oh, which sucks, because they would have been really close too, but the Germans joined it right away. I guess we'll just leave it as it is then. Newspaper offer support, we will take it. Oh, look at all that money that's flowing into the coffers of the Empire. Finally, we can think about maybe not dropping taxes more. We can't afford that. We could expand production, though. Well, there's a revolt in Bengal, but we don't have an interest there. Really need to get our interests more spread out, I guess, don't we? Oh well. Can we annex you? Not yet. You're not low enough. Could annex Georgia. How much would that cost? They're unrecognized, so not a lot. Let's... Well, you know what? While some wars are going on, people aren't really into looking over in Georgia right now. Let's just kind of take it over. That way we can make the borders look a little nicer down here and kind of complete that circuit. Circassia's not doing too bad. It's been doing alright. Well, the Conservative Party is not as down on the dumps now, I guess. Landmark case. Women might actually get property rights at this rate before we call it a day. Are they at 50% of this yet? 34. No, that's because they're privatizing things again, which is fine. Yeah, no, I'm gonna make all of this tobacco. And then, honestly, I might just leave that. Just make this 20 points of tobacco, and then maybe one railway, just so there's a railway going through it. Okay, the rural folk are no longer powerful. Ooh, and I kind of have to bring in the local governors if I... okay, maybe we just leave it as it is. It's a shame that they kind of split up like that. But what can you do? What can you do? I love how we've just kind of become the exporter of opium. Do we produce the most opium in the world? Yes, we are the #1 producer of opium in the world. I love that. And we have almost wiped away our debt. The interest is almost gone, which is very, very nice. In fact, I am actually going to start cutting out some more consumption taxes here. Not a lot, but just a little. Oh, no, we're already incorporating them next to the others that we annexed. Just kind of leave that be. Baku has a slight infrastructure issue? No, it doesn't. I don't know why it said it did. It doesn't. I'll take the 5 legitimacy because we need it right now. We are not building, I just noticed. Seems like steel has gotten really expensive again since we last did it. Which is still fine, I don't mind that. If anything, the expensive steel is godsend. Because it's easy to build up and maintain. We could build up the opium plantations there, but since it's got iron and coal together, I kind of just want to invest into that instead. The capital's doing really nice, too. It's got a level 70 urban center. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Why is it so expensive here? Is there a company? No, it just has nothing. It's just empty wasteland. It's not really an empty wasteland. I shouldn't disparage it like that. Technology just finished. Nitrogen fixation. I think that actually finished a little bit ago, and that was just a tech that spread to us. Ooh, a gold mine. Finally have a gold mine and a lead mine. In the 1900s. Ah, I love my job. Except this isn't my job, this is a game. Why not? We can put oil into the fertilizer plants to make them more efficient, make our few wheat farms a little better, to where I can stop giving them wage subsidies. Maybe in desert has found oil, so it's not as much of a desert now, I guess. And we've really gotten ahead of the competition, it looks like. That's very good. Very happy to see that. Considering where we were when we started this episode. 1.5 million. Our unemployment is getting very low, which is not a problem at all. In fact, we almost have more pops than Russia. We actually have the 4th largest population by country since, again, you know, Qing got a bit torn up, and then mostly India collapsing kind of split their population up. So that happens. Oh, and construction halted again. I wasn't paying attention. Because our private investment pool is now heavily investing in privatization. In part because we, put all the motor industries up for sale. Although some of the private foreign overseas people are buying it up too. So hard to say where that's going to go. Well, I mean, I know where some of it's going to go. Straight into our coffers. Because guess who's getting all the money when it gets bought? That's probably another reason why we were able to pay off our debt more quickly. Is because we were starting to get more and more of that money. And I think tea would make a fine export. We'll go ahead and build up this one. We'll build up a tea plantation for the heck of it. And if... we may as well just drop another consumption tax. That way our upper strata sees a higher increase to their standard of living. Because at least through that... who are we at war with? Oh, right, I forgot. At least by reducing our upper strata's taxes, we should be able to increase demand for some goods domestically. Exports are all well and good, but some imports are good too. Not imports, domestic demand, Jesus. We really are nearing our 3-hour limit, aren't we? You can kind of tell as I slowly deteriorate. Uruguay backs down to the Uruguayan anarchy. Wait, they backed down? But they're still in the German market. Okay, got it. Oh my god, what's happened to Uruguay? Oh boy, they're not doing so hot over there, I see. Should be able to... yes. There we go. Ukraine is now led by the Sunni religion. They will probably be heavily pressured to get off of state religion now. But you know what? Again, not my problem. I mean, it is if there's a civil war, I guess, but, we could just send in the troops if that happens. So, I reiterate, not my problem. Even though it probably will be soon. We invest in the silk? We invest in the mines. I feel like we invest in the mines first. Because those are easy-ish to employ at this point. We have companies for them. And the area is still kind of incorporating, so we don't want to invest into less stable industries. Baku's incorporated though, so that's fine. Revolt's been put down. We'll get plastics soon. I don't think we'll have compression ignition for the Zen, since we did kind of split off our techs there a bit, but we did need to get those technologies. Ooh, migration of Baku from Russia. Don't mind if I do. And look at those borders between us and Circassia now. It's so nice and cuts across the mountain. Kind of goes back and forth a little bit. It's very nice. Very nice indeed. Alrighty. Let's see. We're about to get women's rights, though, which is going to be good. That's going to see the unemployment kind of start to spike, but that's fine. Because we have more, we finally have more than enough money to invest into mass construction. I actually want to hand off Dobrosia to my my Romanian subjects, if we could get them to form Romania. Did get them Baku, or not Baku, Bessarabia, so that's nice. Did they incorporate it? I hope they did. They better have. Good. It's gonna be sour if they didn't. Speaking of which, maybe we should help them build up a little. Here, cotton plantations are nice this time of year. There we go. Birth rate's gonna fall a bit, but the workforce ratio is gonna grow, which is exactly what we were hoping for. Let's see, what else could we pass then? The secret police needs to be given some extra power, I think. Not yet. Not yet. We could enact migration controls just to appease those in power. Not that I think we need to. Plus the industrialists wouldn't like it, and I kind of want to keep them appeased. Regulatory bodies is good. I would very much like to get primary school to improve our literacy rates further, but no one's in power that would approve of that. I don't think I can get them in power without the government going under. No, we can get the local governors in charge, but I'd rather wait till I can abdicate the throne here. Because technically you can do it if they're marginalized, except this requirement doesn't matter, because if they're marginalized, they're forced to appear. So, yeah, I kind of understand why they're forced to appear, so you don't miss the head of state bonus in your legitimacy check, but it means I can't force him to just immediately abdicate the throne either. I have to wait till he grows old, or grows unpopular, or goes insane. I don't want to give the landed gentry any more power than they... Well, I guess they don't really have that much power these days, do they? Regulatory... Let's see, wage subsidies from poor laws. We could do it, but the industrialists would be upset. But it would make the Sunni ulama happy. And the Sunni ulama being happy is kind of important. They're very, very powerful, in case you haven't noticed. Just casual 42% of the country, you know. In fact, what is their next leader possibly going to be? Most likely a theocrat. We really need to influence these political movements then. Although, some of them I don't need as much as others. I'm pretty sure, I know they can get a social democrat. Social democrats are good. So we could bolster the labor movement. Although, would graduated taxation help? No, it actually makes things worse. The peasant movement, we could just knock into obscurity. In fact, let's do that. Maybe we hurt the traditional... Yeah. Nerf the traditionalist movement here a bit as well. Just kind of knock it down to keep the empire a bit stable. Free up people to join the feminist movement too while we're at it. Since the... I think they're special, right? The Sunni ulama. Are they special or do they have the usual patriarchal? They do, so they can be made to be less opposing to women's rights. That's worth considering. Elsewhere, plastics. We can actually export this if we want to. It is going to raise prices, but that's fine. We actually have very expensive glass. So that's actually just going to make this a lot better. And it will give us the necessary excuse to build up Baku's oil rigs a little more. We could look into exporting as well, but I think they're just going to eat into our furniture instead, which is also fine. I just have to wonder. Yeah, there's some foreign financial districts that are very happy to be investing into us. Oh, the manor houses owning Turkish opium plantations. Oh, that's funny. I wonder, how are the American companies? Oh, Carnegie Steel, which owns 19 coal mines in Wallachia. A good chunk of their portfolio is actually, yeah. I want to say half their portfolio is overseas ownership in the Ottoman Empire, which is just hilarious. They own coffee plantations as well. Oh, this is hilarious. I love this. Ooh, Plantation Society. Interesting. That's just really nice to see. I'm glad that we're making money. I'm gonna cut the service tax out and replace it with just a luxury clothes tax. So that's more of an upper strata tax than a middle to lower strata tax. Because we're kind of at that standard of living point where everyone is using services, but not everyone is buying lots of luxury clothes. If that makes sense. So my hope there is that by kind of nudging the taxes around and playing with it a bit, we can shift who's actually buying in consumption taxes here. Because, yeah, the lower strata just went down by 2% in consumption taxes, and the upper strata just went up for a bit there. I kind of unpaused when I read it at the same time, so it kind of flashed really quick. But that's okay. That is a-okay. Food is still not cheap, is it? I get the feeling our food will never be cheap. Because I refuse to invest in lots of grain like I should. I really should invest in more grain. I know this, and yet I refuse. The nut thing that... What is Britain doing? I feel like I shouldn't support this. You know, I feel like I shouldn't support Britain in its endeavors to just murder Qing out of existence. But it's so fun to watch, I can't help it. Although, do they think they can win? Nope, Qing back down. Okay. I guess the question has answered itself. I don't know which state they took exactly, but yeah. Britain is having an interesting time, I see. I've seen Britain be aggressive in my games many times, but I feel like this aggression against Qing is a little overboard. Even for them. I know we're going to want our oil later on, but I'm going to see if I can't export it a bit. Just because we can. Diplomatic play on Austria. We might be able to do that in a few years. We might be able to do that. We'll see about it. Really quick, though. Since we have kind of dropped back down, I want to go ahead and get that Ethiopia subject formed, and I kind of want to get them the Shewa, this piece that I have, Ottoman Gondar, which I haven't really invested in, so, you know, kind of just sitting on it. I also just realized I forgot to make them my puppet before doing this war, but oh well. It's okay, it's whatever. It'll be fine. See, we have a lot of peasants here. That just means we haven't invested in the area properly. More iron mines will do it first, and we'll go from there. And in fact, I think because of the constant buying of our buildings, I can honestly just do this. To just invest even harder as our unemployment rises and our population grows still at an acceptable rate. They are calling us in as an ally against Zanzibar, which I don't want. Oh, but Belgium's trying to leave the German power bloc. I don't even know how they got in the German power bloc to begin with. Okay, secondary demand. Secondary demand. We could just humiliate them. We are a few minutes away from our 3-hour mark, so we might leave this as a war to continue from. Also, for whatever reason, my nose is starting to get stuffy, and I hate it. I don't know why it's happening. Can't liberate anyone. We might... Really shouldn't conquer it. I mean, the United Baltic Provinces has North German as a primary culture. Could we seize a North German... I mean, Germany's formed, so we can't, like, do the Confederation of the Rhine or anything. I'm just thinking in silly terms. I mean, they're also Russian, too. I'm just curious, like, if we seized a state that's North German and gave it to United... They should incorporate it, yeah. Yeah, they probably would. Honestly, I'm thinking that maybe... God, we can't liberate. Maybe just war reps, because Germany has a good economy. They can easily pay it off for us. That would let us deficit spend for a couple of years without actually worrying. It would also cover the fact that the Great Britain Bank... Yeah, we'll just go with the war reps. And I think what we'll do is a quick just a look around the country. We got through just under 30 years. 21 million Turks obsessed with coffee. Nice chunk of Persians, too. How are the Greeks being treated? Mostly open prejudice when they've converted? Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Our standard of living has reached 18. The world just sucks because some guy over here in Indonesia has figured out the get-rich-quick scheme of just put everyone in a government building and you can't go wrong because the wages go through the roof. Anyway. What I want to do next, actually, is raise our wages. I will actually raise our military wages now, because that will just counterbalance. But that's something I want to do next, is raise their wages to get them up to 2 or 3 standard of living points. Just really start pumping the numbers up since we employ a lot of people, get even more demand going. Because we're definitely in that good cycle at this point where things just kind of keep growing. The Egyptians are still the 12th largest economy. They haven't gotten bigger, but they're not far behind the Austrian economy, who's a great power. We have constant investment from Britain and the US. We can also invest into them, though I don't know if we are. I don't think we are. 16 foreign Qs, oh my god! Wow, they love investing into us, don't they? I mean, Britain's probably running out of its own people to invest in, isn't it? Unless you can... Oh, wait, that's right. We could invest in... Why didn't I think of this sooner? We could invest into all of these territories that they've seized. And then they'd probably just buy it all up, and the British will have a ton of money, and then they'll kill us. We do make a lot... Who owns all of this? The Combined British Plantation Consortium. Wait. So you mean to tell me the British have a company in Laos whose primary investment is Turkish opium plantations? Meaning, without even having the company, we are getting a significant throughput bonus from an opium company. From the British, because of their investments. That's really funny to me. That means the British... I'm sorry, this is the wrong screen. That means the British are literally using an entire company slot, and it's primarily impacting us positively with investment. Interesting. And the home counties, Textile Combine is doing that too, but we have our own textile company, so this is less helpful by comparison. Does the Great Western Railway own anything? I don't think they do. Do they own any of ours? They own one in Shewa. I just wanted to look at that, because that's really laissez-faire and free trade in the United States. Oh boy. No wonders their investments are going insane. American Fabrics, the Carnegie Steel Company, the Gold Syndicate. Me too. The American Fabrics one isn't really large. I don't know where it's based, though. I'm trying to see if we can... It's probably based somewhere... Oh, there it is. Ah, yes, and it owns 2 livestock ranches in Baku. Plantation Society... I mean, half of it is in... Almost half of it is in the U.S. And then I love Carnegie Steel, a special American company. Half of its investments are overseas in the Turkish market, which is just beautiful. I just love it, because it means in Wallachia here, it is getting a 21% throughput bonus from the ownership. Although it means our own coal mining company isn't getting as much investment as it could. I'm surprised they don't own any of the mills that we have. They do own some steel mills, though. And one more thing I want to look at really quickly here. We could export steel. That is an option. It is an option. Could we import grain? Not really. Everyone's starving, don't worry. Actually, maybe do worry if everyone's starving. As I see, our food industries are fine. We just don't own that many. But the ones that we do own are doing a fantastic job of being profitable. 32 productivity with a 14 average annual wage. Maybe we should let food stay expensive. Maybe that's the secret ingredient to success. Expensive goods. Yep, I think that's what we're gonna kind of do is... We'll do one more episode. We'll try to get to at least 19, 20 or further. Try to get our standard of living over 20 here. Spread our religion further, which is now spreading in Ukraine. Maybe bully the Austrians, beat up the Germans here. We might annex some of our subjects, but to be honest, this benign neglect we've been doing with a lot of them has been working out very well. And I think annexing Egypt would be useful in the long run, maybe, but they're so developed at this point that taking the recently annexed penalty for a decade to control them directly isn't really worth it. I see Britain has decided to not establish the Congo, though. That might just be because they're in endless wars, though. We pretty much control Arabia. We have a nice... Honestly, we have a solid market. It's not a big, great market, but it's solid. I kind of want to switch over to the internal market one. That would be getting rid of advanced research, though, which I don't want to. So, hopefully Ukraine will have a civil war at some point, and we can just drag them into our power block. Not our power block, but our vassalship. It looks like they might have a civil war at some point with the socialists. But it's a marginal group, so I don't know. With all of that said, I hope you very much enjoyed this episode. It was very nice to do this again. I had quite a bit of fun with it. We managed to get ourselves out of the economic stagnation we were suffering when we started. And now we have the largest economy in the world, one of the best standard of living, one of the largest populations. It really took off there. I will see you in the next episode, and here's hoping that we can hit a billion GDP before it ends. Till next time.